Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Colonial Stadium. The roof is closed. We've got an absolutely perfect night here in Melbourne for what should be a crackerjack completion to round 10. And it's nice to welcome Jared Healy and Ian Robertson to the microphone. Gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening to you, Sandy, and well, great to see Jeff Farmer back in the Demons lineup. And whilst there was a concern about Michael Voss, well, there he is. He is playing for the Brisbane Lions, the superstar of the competition up north. And if the Demons are going to win, they'll need Jeff Farmer at his very best. They've had some great performances so far this year by David Swartz and Adem, but it's been their midfield that have been firing along with Jeff White.
And Robbo, Brisbane making one late change. Marcus Picken left out of the side and Aaron Shattock comes in.
Yes, I must say I don't quite know Aaron Shattock, but he's starting on the bench. But they'll be looking very much for a win here tonight.
Also joining us down on the boundary is a former star of the game in Richard Osborne. Aussie, there's been a lot of talk about the surface at one particular end of Colonial. What's it like?
Well, I had a look myself, it's not too bad. I just noticed Alistair Lynch won the toss and is going right to screen. The problems are down left to screen, so I wonder if he just thought, well, it's a bit rough down there, let's kick right. I had a look, it's they've had a bit of work done on it, but the ground looks pretty good overall, guys.
Thank you, Aussie. You'll keep us up to date with everything that's happening down at ground level during the night. So we're set to go. Woden's in the middle, he's been in very good form. Looks as though Hart may have him. The Snake Charmer could be leading the ruck division early on for Melbourne in Troy Simmons.
Ingerson on Lynch.
Big test for him.
He's done well, actually, Troy Simmons in the ruck.
And Ackermanis on Farmer.
Up against Bo McDonald, it's Chris Scott who gets it out initially towards Craig McRae, who goes wide to the outer side, taken by Malloy. Jared Malloy chipping in short. The lead is on, and Ingerson caught napping a couple of metres behind Alistair Lynch. Lions desperate for an early start. He's kicking from 55. Good looking kick into the square. One out, Jules. First goal of the night. What a start for the Brisbane Lions and Alistair Lynch.
How did Jared Malloy get 5 metres in the clear when they went forward then away from David Neitz?
Well, he just read it better.
Look where David is, a mile away.
He was a good 10 or 15 metres away. But as soon as he saw that ball flick out to a left footer in McRae, he went pretty wide. And I know, Sandy, you were thrilled with the form of Alistair Lynch early in the match because he has been up and down with his health, etc. And he's almost a barometer. When he's playing well, the Brisbane Lions are doing particularly well.
Fair comment. So the umpire about to restart play back in the middle. A quick goal, a very, very quick goal. And again, nearly a set of clearance for Brisbane. Big punch by McDonald. Woden, Walsh. Leoncelli to Uze. Uze's little right footer. Chopped off by Malloy. Geez, a fearsome sight, isn't he, when he comes towards you. Jared Malloy. Martin's kick towards full forward and slipping over, but in the finish able to take the mark was Neitz. Goes wide. Out there is McDonald. Gathers. Looking maybe to give the hand pass off. He does in the finish. Walsh leaves it on this occasion for McDonald. McDonald's kick will be marked at half-back by Scott.
And Michael Voss has started up in the goal square and just leading out from there. He's been picked up by Stephen Phoebe, but just having a look at him, he looks a little bit proppy on that ankle.
Gee, they've got a chance here, 3-1 as well. Bolton got the hand pass away. Nigel Lappin, hand pass. Opportunity there for Black. He was slung, throwing the ball according to the umpire. So the Demons will take the free kick at half-back through McDonald. McDonald's kick in towards the middle. Rigoni after one bounce can steady, kick forward, wobbly old punt kick. Oh, good mark, White. Slipping over with Darryl White in the area that you discussed with Richard before the game started, Sandy.
That's exactly right, and he's having a close look at it now. Workmen were very busy digging up part of that area and also tried to solidify it. Whether that had anything to do with Darryl losing his footing.
We have seen a lot of players here in the 9 or 10 rounds that we've watched slip over on this ground more so than other grounds that they've been playing on. Now Jeff White, this will be a good start for the Demons and a very confident start for Jeff White, a goal.
I think we'd be drawing a long bow to blame the turf there for Darryl White slipping over. It looked to me as if it was one of those mongrel floater balls that perhaps he just misjudged. But let's have a look at this from behind the goals with Gorigoni charging in. Just starts to float now, and White, well, I'm not sure he slipped over at all. He was underneath it and he tried to do one of his reverse double backflips with a shade of pike and didn't quite get a hand on.
Degree of difficulty.
9.3.
So a couple of early goals, making for a good start here at Colonial. Chris Scott ambles back into the middle. Simmons sets himself again. Up against Bo McDonald. Simmons wins it down to Woden. Delightfully done towards Uzo, down towards the half-forward line. Oh, the Wizard was there. Got a touch to it, but that was all. Rigoni through, comes out wide, an opportunity for Melbourne now through Walsh. It's a high kick by Walsh towards White, but it's his namesake Darrell. This time gets boot the ball.
Oh,
the Jetstar is there. He appeared to be taken hard.
Got a free kick.
Farmer's going to take it 25 metres out.
He bounced up like the Indian rubber man.
But he's got a free kick, and this is why.
Well, it's a good jump and contest by Bruce. And Jeff Farmer had the head down going for the footy. He got collected. Sits up there. Second shot at goal in a minute.
He too looking to get his game away to a flying start. 25 metres, it's to the left. He had a slow start to the season, Farmer. 2 goals, 1 goal, and 3 goals. But then the old foot went on the accelerator. 5, 4, 3 and 7 goals in the following matches. Really starting to fire up. So it's the Demons by a point. Lepic and Ackermanis combining to bring it back in. The Lions, if you may have just joined us, going into the game without Pickett. The McRae hand pass okay to Scott. He looks up towards the half-forward line. Black backing into the pack, but not the height. White too good. Oh, almost intercepted by Lambert. Lambert gets another shot. Needs someone going past. He put hard under the pump. Was brought to the ground. Still in play though. Power picks it up. Goes towards full forward. Voss was caught at the back. Lions still have the numbers. Rigoni's working hard. So too is Lynch. At the bottom of the pack. Pinged. Gone.
Very well played by Rigoni. I think, isn't it, the back there? This guy Rigoni did that very nicely.
In the back pocket. The D is defending. Gergic to the outer side towards McDonald. McRae almost gave a little nudge and went unnoticed. No Ashcroft denied either. That wonderful run of 170 games having come to an end. Voss round the body in towards full forward. Lynch from behind trying to go over the top of Ingerson. Ingerson quick to recover. Hand pass just a little pokey. Still in the area for Luke Power. Had a field day last week when he booted 6. But that ball straight up and down and marked by Whelan.
Whelan from half back. Kicks it out towards the wing. Gathered out there by Robertson. He kicks it quickly down towards half forward. Bruce, the ball rolls past T and his opponent. And Bruce trying to get back onto it. Lepic confronts him. Ball will be thrown in right half forward for the D's.
Up in the Demons end of the ground, we see Ackermanis just staying right, well and truly beside Jeff Farmer, and he's not concerned at this stage of running off. He wants to get him in hand before he starts any attacking moves.
Just had a look at the Demons interchange bench. James McDonald, Nathan Brown, Paul Wheatley and Luke Williams at the start of this match. Melbourne still trying to get the ball forward. Gee, that little interception there by McDonald made it difficult for White. And getting it back is Huskis. Kicks it over towards Lepic, who's run all the way down away from Jeff White. And after 2 bounces, he'll give the hand pass off. No, he won't. He'll kick it into the pocket and give the leading forward the rewards for creating the opportunity.
Well, Darrell White has continued to cascade down the ground, and he almost picked up the chip. And it's one area where Jeff White is going to have to concern himself, and that is defending the fullback of the year last year in Justin Lepic.
Well, he kicked a goal from the other side of the ground, Alistair Lynch. This is a pass off in towards the front of the goals, and a snapshot goal has just missed, and that may have come from McRae. Was it off his right foot? Craig McRae just missing to the left and scoring it behind. So scores a level, 1-1 apiece here at Colonial Stadium. The match between Melbourne and Brisbane. And the Demons 7th and the Lions 11th.
And the Lions looking to make it 3 wins in a row here at Colonial, but they've got a long way to go yet as Neitz comes streaming down the ground. He gets away from Malloy. White is the target and he's got him. Too much height for Dazza at the moment has Jeff White.
I think it's just been bad judgment both times though, Sandy. He's got the leap to go here, and you just see him trying to take that front position rather than coming over the top of the spoil.
Jeff White asking where's the mark, so he knows exactly, because Darryl White has gone back some distance. Already has 1 goal to his name. Hasn't been a goal kicker this season. 3 coming into this game. But could get his second for the night here. Goal umpire does not move. 47 career goals to Jeff White.
Well, you think he slipped. I think that it was great judgment here by Jeff White. And that kick in, it was spinning beautifully. And he's got to be difficult to get over the top of. Jared, he's a big boy, isn't he? And when he stands up straight and his arms go straight up in the air, the extension means that he can grab very high in the air when the kick comes in.
I accept that, but on that occasion, Darryl White took the wrong spot. He tried to take the front position, and he should have come for the spoil from the back. But Lee Matthews isn't all that pleased with it. He's already made the change.
Yes, Adem Huskus now on Jeff White. The umpire has found an indiscretion there from the Demons. The free kick will go to McDonald.
Look out.
He handballs it off, and they go forward through Scott. Scott's kick lands the ball at half forward. Getting back as Walsh. He's a desperado. Bit stiff he didn't get votes in the previous game the Demons played here at Colonial Stadium. But on this occasion, he plays for the safety of the boundary line. Melbourne 13 lead the Lions 7 early in this Monday night match at Colonial Stadium. The Demons versus the Lions. Simmons gets it down beautifully to Leoncelli. His kick back towards the wing, and it's taken by White.
Darryl White quickly off to Chris Scott, back again to White. A little bit of indecision. And he's under the pump. He gets his kick away, goes to Bo McDonald, but he's called to play on because the ball was touched. Lynch again is the target. Edged out by Ingerson. Phoebe is at the back. Steadies with a penetrating hand pass. So he put his teammate Neath under the pump. And he's ripped to the line. The wry smile coming from Alistair Lynch.
Good front on tackle by Alistair Lynch. David Neath's not able to do anything, so the umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt, and of course just allowed the boundary throw in.
Simmons and McDonald go at it again, and it's Phoebe who comes away. Crowd's building up steadily, probably around the 20,000 mark at the moment. Robertson towards right half forward, and that ball drops short. Chrissy Johnson takes the mark. Might get himself 50 metres here, Johnson, and he has, so it'll bring him down forward of centre wing.
Interesting matchup also with Chris Scott now on Cameron Bruce. Bruce has got a fair bit of height on Johnson, although the player with the footy has got a good lead, can take a mark, which means he can also spoil.
All but 2 players in one half of the ground, down towards the half forward line. Well, call to play on. Neath will try and clear. He dashes away from 1, 2, then is forced to give the hand pass clear. Do so now, finishes with Walsh. Walsh runs through half back, gets past his teammate in Regoni, comes wide to Uze. He plays on, he can go all the way. 51 metres out, Adem Uze. It's away to the left. And one behind as he chases his 48th goal, Adem Uze, in his career.
A bit of a concern also, I think, for Lee Matthews, that David Neath has already run with the footy a number of times, and Jared Malloy just letting him get away from him. Aren't they impressive at the moment, the Demons running in waves out of that defence?
Oh, look, they've got a lot more confidence, I think, as a result of the opening 9 rounds of the season, and they're doing pretty well. Run down by Schwartz. Bo McDonald, good tap on, intelligent play to Lappin. Well done, Simmons. Grabbed him by the jumper, able to get the hand pass away to White. Darryl White for Brisbane, kicks down the line. Sean Hart trying to combine there with Bolton. Didn't quite succeed in his endeavours there, Sean Hart. And the ball will be thrown in left half forward for Brisbane, about 80 metres around from their goal. They've kicked 1-1-7. Melbourne have kicked 2-2-14. Goals for Melbourne, both from Jeff White. And for the Brisbane Lions, Alistair Lynch has kicked their goal. Simmons still doing well. And it's a very key area for Melbourne because they can afford the luxury of having Jeff White up on the full forward line if Simmons can continue to do well in the ruck contests around the ground. On this occasion, the free kick was awarded to McRae, away to White, in towards the centre. Hart, left foot kick by Hart towards full forward. Well done. Lynch couldn't take it. Neither could Phoebe. His hand pass was just a little too fierce. Bolton and Voss, that's Michael Voss, and the kick to the goal square has been marked by Power. Luke Power, right in front of goal, only a matter of 12 metres out, and he had a bag of 6 last week in their match at the Gabba. Power from directly in front, pops it through. Brisbane's second goal, Luke Power's first. So point the margin, Melbourne lead.
Yeah, it was a good response there by the Brisbane Lions, and Michael Voss getting in the player tackle, comes up with a footy, gave it away to young Bolton, who perhaps should have snapped it first, but back to the skipper, and he found a very vacant area there, vacated by the Demons, and left Power alone. But just having a look at a couple of the midfield matchups, Goragoni's going with Craig Lambert, Martin's with Uze, and Lappin is with Powell.
Can't help himself on Monday Night Football is the Hall of Famer Jared Healy. As Melbourne come out of the middle through Walsh, but it's beautifully smothered. The door opens for Hart. He gives it off to the left foot of Luke Power. Power's away, tries to draw the player, and eventually does. He gives it to the D9, who steadies, goes home, and kicks it.
D9 is. I'd like to get it
Just
clarified.
It's a bigger brother of a D8, if that helps you.
Those that buy and sell tractors will know what we're talking about.
Oh, I see.
Leoncelli out of the middle. White thought about it at the back. That was Darrell. Spears the hand pass out. Chance for Martin. Comes wide towards centre wing and Chris Scott, and he takes the mark.
Good match up this one also. Chris Scott with Leoncelli.
Goes inboard. That should be okay to the running Huskus. Huskus has the lead from Lynch. 1, 2, 3 grabs, not enough. Ingerson poked it down in front. Bolton got a high ball into half forward. Voss got a hand to it. Here's another goal, maybe to Powell. If it sits, what's he going to do? He's got to swing round onto the left foot and bend it back.
Well done.
And it didn't even shave the post. It's a goal. Handy little session this, Jared.
For Brisbane. Yeah, they like a hard and fast track, Sandy. And we know they've got an undefeated roll record here at Colonial. But Bolton did a pretty good job there for the Lions. It's too harsh, that handball from Chris Scott, but well mopped up. I reckon Cameron Ling would like to have done exactly that for the Cats on the weekend.
Are they exposing David Schwartz? Because on a couple of occasions now they've run down the ground off David Schwartz.
Well, it'll be a concern. He's got the pace to go with them, but
they've just got to make sure that the players don't create a target around the midfield. And Brisbane have been pretty good with their negating tactics for Melbourne kicks. Quite a few smothers already in this match. There's a chance here for Uze. Couldn't gather the ball. Martin, confronted by Schwartz, kicked off the ground by Uze towards the left forward pocket area. Taken to the ground is Bruce, and he's being penalised. Darryl White, the tackler. By gee, they're lightning on that rule. And if they continue to be consistent, I'm sure that everyone can accept that. Chris Scott running away. Uze nearly got him by the jumper. The kick towards half forward. Oh, well done, Neitz. A good clash, wasn't it? Now, there was nothing really.
It's just an accident. Looks like he's flushed.
Knocked out, yeah.
You don't like to see the Brisbane guy down, but David Neitz did everything right there, went for the ball, and for an umpire to pay that free kick, it just discourages the player from attacking the football.
I agree. I was querying why he blew the whistle, Richard. You're obviously saying, well, we're looking at McRae getting a free kick. There was nothing in that, was there?
Just a
No.
I
think the crowd telling us now.
Gee, I hope he's all right, because he is just absolutely motionless, isn't he, that young fella?
Yeah, they've called for the stretcher, out it comes.
Well, that would give a sickening feeling to you, Richard, because it was a similar thing that happened to you, wasn't it? When you were playing with the Swans, I think you ran into Dale Lewis.
Yeah, you never like seeing any player, no matter who they're playing for, being knocked out cold. Let's just hope the young fella's okay.
Well, David Neitz looks as though he's all right. He's on his feet, of course, but just exercising that jaw, and this is nasty.
Still no movement from the young man, and yeah, just the clash of heads, and he probably didn't realise that he'd hit the ground. He would have been asleep by then, but that does not look at all good. So let us just hope but he is going to be okay. Rightly so, taking every possible precaution. Neitz is leaving the arena with the blood rule. Everyone knew on the ground that it was fair. What did happen was accidental anyway. There was no demonstrating from opposition players, so Champion will come back. Champion will come onto the ground. And it looks, Jared, as if they're placing some form of neck brace.
Yeah, it's just standard procedure though, Sandy. It doesn't mean that there is any problems with the neck. It's just a precautionary measure that they do take, and one would think that there isn't a problem there. But the Demons have also made a change, which is an interesting one. Guy Rigoni's come from the ground. He had the job, as we said earlier, on Craig Lambert, and he's been replaced by young McDonald.
Bruce came on for David Neitz as well.
So Anthony McDonald now onto the ground, and Craig Lambert's gone with him, and he's followed him down to the forward position.
There's blood. Look at the blood there.
Now the other thing this does, Jared, is it really stopped. The Brisbane Lions had a bit of a run on here, and their momentum could certainly be affected. A bit of disappointment for Lee Matthews. He made one change coming into this lineup, bringing Shaddock in for Marcus Picken, and now he's going to have to do some shuffling again.
Lambert's back in the middle. He's called Chris Scott back, and Scott's going to pick up Anthony McDonald. So this will make it a fairly long quarter. But a good start by the Brisbane Lions. After they kicked the first goal, the Demons responded quite well. Jeff White taking a couple of marks, but then 3 goals in just 3.5 minutes by Brisbane. I've seen them build up a pretty handy lead. Well, Adem grabbed the knee there. I'm not sure he would have been pleased with the way he kept his head over the football, but he has come up with a bit of a knee injury. It's been examined by the physiotherapist, and he is continuing on.
So Neitz is back on, and we're watching this young man being taken from the ground. Let's have a look at Uze again. That's very interesting. Very interesting. And that could be seen again in the next few days.
What are you suggesting, Sandy? A trip?
I think perhaps we can have a look at it for your benefit, Jared, then one more time, and you can make the decision.
Well, certainly going to be investigated without doubt.
So this has been quite a considerable hold-up.
Only 2 players in Melbourne's half of the ground. 4. Jeff White and his opponent.
Now play goes on. Power, he's going to give Champion his first touch. And the oldest player on the ground is going to have a shot at goal in the right forward pocket.
Amazing, isn't it? All of that time to get matchups ready, and you still get a guy that can get out on his own to take a mark like that.
32 years of age. Hasn't been one of the truly great goal kickers because he's played a lot of his football in defence, but he does love it. He's kicked 1 goal so far this season. But he has kicked 79 in his career, Robbo.
He's kicked another one.
That's a lovely kick by Richard Champion for a behind, Robbo.
And he is one of the players that was having such a great season last year that is yet to hit his straps. Richard Champion for the Brisbane Lions. But, still a long way to go in this season, Sanders.
4-2 to 2-2, 2 goals the difference. And still 8 minutes remaining in what is going to turn out to be a very long quarter.
It will. Stephen Phoebe's kick in as close to the boundary line as it's gone over, so it was either a mark to McRae, but more likely the kick was awarded anyway to Craig McRae. He kicks the ball back into the front of the goals. Lynch from behind stood tall and took a good mark. So ordinary signs for Melbourne early in this match.
Well, the other interesting aspect of this was Michael Voss. Look at the way he's moving. And whilst he just hopped a little bit at the end, he's moving a lot better than I expected he would.
Lynch goes for goal, and he's kicked his second. The Brisbane side's fifth.
Being challenged now, the Demons. They would have had a major build-up for last week's encounter against the Bombers. And I guess the test of a really good side is whether you can keep coming up week after week. Collingwood, of course, travelled to Brisbane, and they were suitably fixed up in the end by the Brisbane Lions. It does appear as if the Lions have come down to Melbourne ready to play. So a big challenge now for the Demons to get themselves back in.
So Melbourne in arrears to the degree of 3 goals, and up high was Simmons. Oh, terrific play by Sean Hart. Got the ball away to McRae. McRae's kicked to half forward. Not marked back there by Stephen Phoebe. Gathered by Neeks. Neeks kicks out wide, and Woden gets into the clear for the first time in the match. Handball over the top to Leoncelli. Leoncelli's high kick goes inside the forward 50. Schwartz couldn't take the mark. Johnson out of there has kicked it a little too far on the full. Free kick for Melbourne to be taken out there by Robertson. He looks to play on, he hooks the kick. Uzay's a chance from behind. Hit him on the head. Taken there by Wheatley. Gergic. Kick forward in the finish for Melbourne by Uzay. Here's a goal to Farmer. No, he's getting his foot to it. Well done, Johnson. Terrific play by Chris Johnson. Forces a rush behind to the Demons.
Gee, very close. Be interesting to see if, in fact, he did get a boot at any stage to this ball. The ball by Huskis. Here comes Farmer. Watch the foot. Just misses. Just misses. He had the fresh air shot, Robbo, and you had the big eagle at Huntingdale.
Yeah, I put one in on the 13th with the second shot,
Magnificent
Sandy. Was
use.
very pleasing.
Wonderfully done. Like a hole in one. Now Hart in the back pocket. Can amble away. Comes onto the left foot, and a little test for Leppich. Little test for everyone, because the kick's finished out of bounds on the full. And once again, the Demons will have the opportunity through Adem to bring it back into play.
We saw something unusual in the match, St Kilda versus Carlton. 7 posters and a lot of what looked like simple shots at goal missed. One wonders whether there is a little breeze, a little swirling breeze there, even though the roof is closed.
I'm not going to talk to you about the air in Colonial, because I know you've got theories about the air in Colonial Stadium, particularly when the roof is closed. And it's a fascinating theory too. You might expand
There's another one.
That's out of bounds too.
Now these players practice the skills day in, day out, 7 days a week.
Well, he's kicked that.
Pardon?
He just kicked that. Nothing to do with the
No, I'm not saying
Robertson
that. No,
breeze.
all I'm saying is that the skill level there was very ordinary.
Uzay, Robbo, bringing it back in towards the snake charmer. Had a hand on it, but that was all. Johnson round the body, back towards centre wing. Melbourne have the numbers. Leoncelli takes the hand pass. Leoncelli from 50 metres. Goes for goal and gets it.
Yet to get into this game, hasn't had a possession. Matthew Whelan doing a particularly good job on him. Lions need him to find the footing.
Well, again, Simmons got his hands, or his left hand on the ball, but Melbourne not able to effect the clearance.
David Schwartz has also been a pretty quiet starter.
Bo McDonald, the number 1 attack ruckman for Brisbane, and he gets his hands on it. It's kicked away there by Black. Not really all that effectively. It's still around about the centre bounce area. Powell. Haven't really seen Stephen Powell have much of an influence either. Neats gathers. Little left foot kicks all right. Mark is taken here by Simmons. Simmons, left foot kick towards half forward. Oh, the leaping Darryl White. McDonald gathers. Somehow fed it out to Wheatley. Was that all legal? Wheatley still with the football underneath. Now the Brisbane side managed to get the ball away from him. Lappin's tackle and McDonald. There were 2 of them there, Lappin and Lambert. And McDonald held up at half forward for the Demons, 50 metres from their goal. He does some leaping, doesn't he, from impossible positions. He's an excitement machine, is Darryl White. Umpires for tonight's game, McLaren, Coates and Nash. Wheatley dispossessed, gathered by Johnson. Handball wide, McRae ducks back and gets past Williams. McRae's kick out wide. Malloy couldn't take the mark. Neitz is there, trying to stand his ground, which is pretty hard against the D9, which is a big cracker according to Sandy. In goes Malloy again, taken away by Johnson. Johnson for Brisbane. Kick it to the middle. Martin takes the mark. Well played by Champion. Martin's kick out wide towards the pocket. Lynch and Ingerson. Still Lynch. Ingerson keeps it in. Ball's back to Champion. Champion back onto the right. Keeps it alive for Brisbane right in front of goal. Michael Voss confronted down there by Walsh. Luke Power close to the line. Run down by Phoebe. Ball taken away by Walsh. Demons get out of trouble. Hand pass to Stephen Powell. He crashes past the tackle and kicks into the middle where Uze will feed the ball off to Leoncelli. Leoncelli to Robertson. Important gather here for the Demons. It's McDonald. Run down. He had his eye on the opponent instead of the ball. Leppich will take it away. And the rebound might be terrific footy here for Brisbane. The kick goes out wide for Champion. It's an ordinary bounce for both Champion and Whelan. And it goes over for a boundary throw in about 65 metres around from the Brisbane goal.
Let's just have a look at this handball from Walsh, and it was with the open hand, which constitutes in your day, Robbo, a throw.
And today?
Doesn't appear to be paid a lot, though.
Bo McDonald had a fresh air shot. Some fierce tackling as Uze soccers off the ground. Comes back towards the centre. Huskus leads in the race. He's in trouble. Needs help. Gets it at the back. Eventually gives it away towards Lappin. It came from McRae. Down towards Martin. He's on the 50. Martin away from Leoncelli. Heads for home. Goes for goal. In towards full forward. Smash to the line. And Black can't get there in time to get a boot to it. It's one behind.
And Aussie Anthony McDonald off the ground.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, Jared. Obviously, young Neil Danaher has realised, that's a bit soft, young fella, as you've just seen on the replay. Coach not happy with that, not good enough.
So he's having a spell. 21 plays, 33. Just under 3 minutes remaining. Phoebe bringing the ball back into play. And Whelan tucked in the pocket.
Chris Johnson having a pretty good start to this match for the Lions.
Goes to the outer side. Crowd continuing to build here at Colonial. Neitz is a target. He's been pretty good, David Neitz, in this first quarter. Away come the Demons through Robertson. Down towards Simmons. Caught. Beautifully tackled, but did get rid of the ball. Martin shows some skill as he comes dashing through. Here's Johnson again. Johnson through the centre. As Jared said, he's been pretty good. He gives Black a possession. Black puts them inside 50. It's Lynch again at the back, and he's got it. Too much strength for Ingerson on that occasion.
They're getting all their attack, the Lions, either from centre bounces or off that half-back line. Done a great job this quarter, the half-backs for the Brisbane Lions. And just a bit too strong, Robbo, isn't he?
I agree. Yeah, standing very tall and very strong. They've gone inside their forward 50 on 16 occasions, Brisbane. 9 for the Demons in this term.
Lynch for goal number 3. Handy little 3-goal buffer. As you can see, he doesn't have a major challenge in front of him, and he has made no mistake.
Well, mark it down to Chris Johnson. It was a pretty fair dash from the half-back line. And here he goes. And he's just picking the right options at the moment. We saw him early in the match give a bit of a hot handball that was mopped up and eventually got a goal. But he's streaming forward from that defensive area and creating opportunities. And right at this stage is a real worry for the Demons because Alistair Lynch has been isolated, one out. He's just proving too strong for Anthony Ingerson.
Yeah, there's no doubt with that, Jared. I've played a lot of my footy with Alistair, and one of his key elements is his strength, so Anthony's going to have to play him differently.
You used to compete in the weight room, Aussie, didn't you?
I wasn't as strong as Alistair was.
Simmons continues to do well at the centre bounces. Demons lucky there, they got away with what everyone thought was a hand pass. Simmons, little toe poke. In underneath there is a football somewhere, and with that congestion, the umpire has decided that he will bounce. Centre wing and Neil Danaher quickly down, preparing. There's a minute left in the term, but obviously taking that minute to chat to the players on the interchange bench. Lee Matthews stays in the coach's box. Brisbane doing quite nicely. 6-3, lead Melbourne 3-3.
And Shane Woden we saw just struggling to get into this match. Sean Hart doing a good job on him.
Leoncelli left it behind, and their persistence at ground level is causing the Demons to make some very bad mistakes with the ball handling. Out wide, Eustace, and then pokes it in front of Jeff White and himself over for a boundary throw-in. Very confident young man, isn't he? As he ran away then, I think I saw him just wink to his teammate as if to say everything's under total control here. Adem Eustace is on the scene.
And when you get those players in your team, they are good for morale, but the best player on the ground at the moment is Craig McRae. I would have thought he's just slaughtering them across that outer wing.
Gergich and Champion. Well done, Champion. Could have got the free kick being legged. He was going to get away, and Brett Gergich was aware of that, and in his desperate effort to try and hold up play, has given away a free kick.
Once again, isolated is Alistair Lynch.
But he kicks it short anyway, and it is Lappin who is marked about 40 metres out, slide angle. Just seconds left. The siren will sound. So now Nigel Lappin, the job at hand to kick Brisbane's 7th goal and give them a 4-goal advantage at quarter time, maybe. Some big stats. McRae with 10 possessions, Johnson with 8, Power with 7, Scott with 8 as we watch Nigel Lappin go for goal. The kick is away to the right. It does score. It scores a behind. So a 19-point advantage for Brisbane at quarter time, and they kicked 6 goals 4 in the first term. Melbourne kicked 3 goals 3. White kicked 2 for the Demons. Brisbane, Luke Power kicked 2 and Lynch kicked 3.
A pretty nervous start by the Demons, and I think Neil Danaher will have a bit to say about that at quarter time, but Lee Matthews would be pumped because his charge is doing particularly well.
First quarter by the Brisbane Lions, flying here at Colonial, reminiscent of Wild Thing down Bass Strait in the Sydney to Hobart as they've careered to 6-4-40, leading Melbourne 3-3-21.
The Coca-Cola AFL Premiership Season 2000. Proudly brought to you by Victoria Bitter. Mitsubishi Magna V6. One drive and you're hooked. McDonald's. Enjoy the fun and the games. And Telstra. Making life easier.
And didn't Neil Danaher have plenty to say at quarter time? I haven't seen him that fired up for some considerable time, but
It's got too close there, you might have got a whack in the eye, I reckon.
Well, not only that, but a fair bit of phlegm too. But
it was justifiable, though, Sandy.
Yep,
they were hesitant, the Demons. They didn't play all that well in that quarter.
Let's go down to the boundary line. Scotty Mackay is with Aussie.
Well, Scotty, you're saying it's a bit cold down here. Obviously, one player that wasn't cold that first quarter was Alistair Lynch. 3 first quarter goals, providing a really good target up forward.
Mate, just what we needed, actually. Leaving a bit of space there for him to work in, getting the ball in quick, and we're getting a good return.
A young Craig Bolton cocked heavy knock. How is he?
Yeah, Bolts is okay. He's a little bit dazed, but may not see him back tonight, but otherwise okay.
All right, mate, thanks for that. Rug up, young fella.
I can tell you one thing, you will not see him back tonight.
No, certainly not. David Leitch has been given the responsibility of curbing Alistair Lynch. And Michael Voss, in fact, has come down, and he's also playing, he's moved out, I should say, to the centre-half forward position. So they are leaving plenty of space for Alistair Lynch.
Second quarter here at Colonial. Michael Voss, in fact, a very quiet first term, just a couple of kicks.
But if you're playing in that position, Sandy, he only needs to get 8 kicks and 4 goals. He's had a good return with that injury.
That's for sure. Simmons tries to take it out of the middle, but the big man is felled like a tree.
If a ruckman takes the ball out of the air like that and then he's tackled, you reckon there's a chance that a free kick should be given?
Well, that'd have to be a rule change, and there'd be no prior opportunity. I'm of that view, Robbo. Same out of the boundary throw-ins, but as it stands, he's also given a prior opportunity.
Almost had another go then. Rigoni, Power almost threw it past Champion. Gergich had it for a while. Champion, the old veteran, finishes with it. Kicks down towards half forward. There is Michael Voss. Beat one, beat a couple. Phoebe tries to come away with it for the Demons. He's gang tackled. Hart and Black have got him and he's going nowhere.
I guess at the other end of the ground, just before the quarter time break, we saw Neil Danaher give David Swartz a huge rev up, and he's up against Adem Eustace, and he needs to get into the match, does Swartz.
McDonald to Lambert. He goes with a hand pass towards McRae. McRae on towards Black. Walsh has got him, almost gave away the free kick.
Oh, you can't grab a bloke when he hasn't got the ball.
Just on Simon Black, I noticed at quarter time he changed in stop, so obviously he wasn't happy with the condition of the ground.
Here it is again.
Did he have the ball? Now he gets dragged off it.
No, he did not have the ball, Robbo. Don't upset yourself. It's McDonald. Big Bow. Big Bow in the pocket. Interesting. Gives it to Malloy. From a standing start, partly smothered. The defence under the pump at the moment, but Regoni will see them away. Back towards the half-back line. Robertson, 1-2. Darryl White is there to spoil. Gergic picks it up now. Leoncelli, if he can get past the middle, could be clear. Looks in towards the centre now. Leoncelli, got to get past Ackermanis. And he does. They're doing it the hard way at the moment. Regoni, caught again. Play on is the call. Scott had it. Hart now. Proper little hand pass. Going to be okay. Darryl White gets it to Ackermanis. And Jason Ackermanis bounces way down the middle. Looking for goal. Bang. Twisting and turning from 46 metres. Probably little drop punt. Lynch is at the back. Can't take it cleanly. Voss got a boot to it. And one behind is the end result.
Michael Voss is bleeding. It's a question of how long he can avoid the umpires. But Jason Ackermanis, I think Lee Matthews had asked him why not take a shot at goal from 50 metres. Had all the momentum. If you're the forwards down the ground and are expecting him to kick the ball in quickly or long, you might as well have a crack at it yourself.
20 points the margin in favour of Brisbane, and that's a mark. Pay to Neats. Malloy not prepared to give it up, so just wasting precious seconds to ensure that his teammates can get back and man up. And now no one really to kick to, so Neats will be forced to go long and high. Gets the ball towards half forward. Gathered by Farmer. Ooh, could have nearly been penalised for throwing it there. He went high in the air and grabbed it. This is Johnson. Gerard mentioned in the first term he was terrific, Chris Johnson. Had 8 possessions in the first quarter. Now they may cough it up because the kick was missed its target by a big margin. Regoni's high kick will go back out wide. Power couldn't take it. Johnson again to get into the action. Handballs it off to Lappin. Lappin straightens up. Goes for goal. Nigel Lappin finishes beautifully. It's a goal to Brisbane. First goal for Nigel Lappin in this game. And Brisbane get the first goal of the second quarter, 7-5, lead Melbourne 3-3.
Just have a look at the Michael Voss injury. You see there, just copped a whack straight in the proboscis, so he's got a bleeding nose. The run of the Demons is just not being able to match the run of the Lions at the moment. They're getting great side. They're very quick side, Brisbane, and on this flat, fast track, they're stitching them up.
21 plays 47. Important out of the middle. The D's really need the next one, otherwise they're going to be playing catch-up football for some considerable time. White and Robertson. Robertson is just inside 50. Had to beat a couple. He did it well. Gave a couple of metres. Poor hand pass. Schwartz trying desperately to get into the game. Gives it to Regoni. Regoni pumps it high and long. In towards full forward. They need a mark. Smash to the ground. Farmer's Something by Uze. Adem Uze.
Little bit of conjecture here. Now, neither one of them know. Goal.
Adem Uze, complete with theatre, registers his 10th goal for the season. Adam Hughes still having a bit of a chat there to umpire Scott McLaren.
Well, it all happened so quickly, and they throw their boot at it. I mean, I would say the umpire was a fair way away. Watch, he's off to the left here, Sandy. Look.
Yep.
Now, the player coming in here at the back is Uze. The umpire's 40 yards away. Definitely the replay shows
no problem.
that it's a goal, isn't it?
Yep, no question of that. Uze has his first. Handy reply. Neil Danaher and his men.
Nathan Brown just coming off the ground and McDonald back on.
He's always doing a terrific job, Simmons.
Yeah, gets it down towards Powell. Uze gets a cruel bounce, but he's equal to the task. Somehow gets boot to ball. There had been a whistle. Play goes on. Walsh smashes it back towards the middle. Simmons, too much pace for McDonald. Gives it away to Walsh. Flicks it up towards half forward. Robertson in the thick of things again. Woden is there. Darryl White showing us a few of his skills. Champion under the pump. Lightning hand pass to Hart. Runs out of room in the end. And we've got a throw in. At centre wing. here at Colonial, where Brisbane leads 7-5, Melbourne a 4-3.
Their key playmaker, Jared, Shane Woden, who's been terrific so far this year, has only had 4 possessions.
Yeah, and I think it's probably times, Robbo, that they had a look at him across the half-back line. Just get him away from trying to win the football and bringing him back into the game, having a defensive role across half-back. I mean, they need Woden and Swartz to fire in this term. If they're to breach this gap, they've got to get 2 of their big stars back in.
Well, 20 points is the margin. On this occasion, McDonald gets his right hand to it. Leoncelli gathers. Back to Simmons. Simmons, not a bad kick. Covered about 35 to 40. Got the ball to half forward. Short's handball away. It'll be gathered here by Scott. The little kick, and that's a mark. Well done by Richard Champion. Right down there at ground level. Quickly got the hand pass off to Scott. Little left foot kick is all right, and Malloy has the ball. He's wide at left half forward. Brilliant kick by Malloy. The lead provided, and very difficult to ignore. Put it on the chest of Alistair Lynch. Terrific footy by Brisbane, and the lead was a very, very good lead by Lynch. He'll go for goal number 4, 35 metres. Angle, difficult. No, it wasn't. Alistair Lynch's kick 4.
To Lynch. Brisbane.
She's got a good jeep. Leap, there's Simmons.
We could have a jeep too, who knows? They continue to win it out of the centre. What's going to happen this time? It's a pile up there with Magoni, Woden lurking. No one able to get it out. Lappin picks himself up, and we've got a bounce. Last one up, Stephen Powell. Closed roof here at Colonial. White, deft little touch down towards the Hamlet. Tries to get it off to Voss. Penetrating hand pass. Oh, beautiful play. Black pushed as he took his kick down towards Lynch. Just tried to flick it on. Walsh is at the back defending grimly. Scott's giving chase. Walsh runs out of room in the end and has to go wide. Very wide. Pressure now on Uze's got to be a couple. He was taken to the line and we've got a throw in.
And if you look down the Melbourne line, Brett Gergich 4 possessions, Swartz 4, go down to Stephen Phoebe 4, Woden 4, James McDonald, who's been on the bench, Nathan Brown not much, Ingerson 2, Whitley 1, Bruce nothing, Farmer 1. Gee, there's a lot of them with small posies.
Martin, hand pass towards McDonald, who eventually takes it from Malloy. The big man is going to be pinged. Jared Malloy has a knee problem.
The big Bo just came up with a flat tyre on that occasion.
I think that's the case, Jared, where his ambitions got caught up with his ability.
Yeah, he tried to do the duck, the balk and the weave all in one.
Hard man, Oz.
Hard but fair, Sandy.
There.
Well, his thinking was right, just couldn't quite carry it through. Short kick has been marked by Gergich. The Demons trying to get clear of their defensive 50-metre area.
Critical stage though, Robbo, isn't it?
Yep.
If the Lions can kick another 2 in a row, the game's just about blown.
It's going to make it extremely difficult. And the Demons, well, they really haven't had any precision at all with their ball handling. Robertson tried to get the ball away, but it's gathered by Martin. His kick goes back towards half forward. Ingerson a good punch. Handball away. Not quite that effective by David Schwartz. Still Lambert. Now, that was an interesting hand pass by Craig Lambert, wasn't it? Lying on the ground, had it in his left and tried to punch it away with his right, and the umpire saw that as all clear. Just watch this. He's there over the top of David Schwartz. Now, there we go. Very interesting, to say the least. 53 plays 27, and the runner apparently has been told to get off the ground. Being spoken to by umpire Mark Nash. And the kick forward came from Martin. Stephen Phoebe standing underneath it with Jared Malloy. Big difference in the physiques there. Kick forward for the Demons, marked by Ackermanis. Ackermanis in the middle of the ground. Quickly onto his left. Not bad either. And the mark is taken there by Eustace. Eustace is playing across the half-back line. And he's got the chance to shoot for goal, but he ignores that. Goes for the lead. Good pass. But again, presenting himself with an excellent lead, Alistair Lynch. And it was all too easy.
That was a smart lead too, Rob. I don't know if we'll catch that on the replay, but Lynch, he let out. You'll see that. He let out first, didn't get it, and let out the second time and just caught David Neate snapping. So very smart play there by Alistair Lynch.
I think you said, Jared, that when he presents himself, Brisbane are hard to beat. He's been good, hasn't he? He's going for goal number 5 on this occasion. Not good by Alistair Lynch. Missed by a fair margin. So his first blemish, 4 goals won against his name. Scoreline 54 plays 27. Brisbane by 27 points.
11 minutes remaining in the first half here at Colonial. The feeling they wouldn't want to be any further behind as Phoebe brings it back into play. That's what Melbourne fans want to see more of. David Schwartz in full flight. Good kick towards Robertson. He takes the mark on the outer wing. Players streaming down the ground. Robertson is called to play on. And he can come in towards the middle, either Walsh or Phoebe. He elects the latter. Phoebe from 70 metres wobbles it in towards full forward, and he's taken the mark. The Wizard will have a shot. He's due to fire up. He's 35 metres out and almost directly in front.
Wash your hands, Jeffrey.
Well, it's a good jump. Jeffrey wide at the back, I think, was the target, but the kick was dropped short, and Farmer was all over it.
Jeff Farmer coming back into this lineup, shoots from 25 and shoots truly. They hang on.
Well, it's not absolutely impossible. I mean, it's 21 points before half-time. 10 minutes left before half-time, but they struggled to kick those 4 goals.
Well, I think the issue is that they're just playing poor footy, the Demons, and they've got to, if they're going to get back into it, they've got to find some sense of teamwork, sense of momentum, and I feel their stars have got to fire up. We saw Schwartz involved there. It was a great kick to Robertson. The ball came into the forward line and gave both White and Farmer a chance, and they've just been down there suffering from hypothermia.
So 21 points now in favour of Brisbane. Jeff White has kicked 2 goals, both first quarter goals. Ball comes down to Lambert. Lambert's kick. Full forward. Bounces very awkward, but Neats quite creatively got it away to Walsh. He tried to hack it forward, but gathered by McRae. Back to Lambert. Ordinary kick. Just threw it on his boot. Mark taken by Whelan. Powell has just broken to the far side. He'll gather, and off his trusty left, he's got to spot someone. Can he carry it? He can go in towards the middle. We were all thinking that there was going to be the mark of the night to Darryl White there, but Lambert at ground level, Sean Hart got his left foot to it, hacked it forward. Gergich, again the bounce all important. Beautifully gathered by Neats to Gergich. Back to Neats, out wide, David Neats. Chance here for Powell. Powell off the left, kicks the ball to within scoring range. The high flyers are required, no mark. Ackermanis to mop up. Lovely hand pass, Lappin. Back goes to Leppich. Into Ackermanis. We've seen that quite a bit, haven't we? Lappin, Leppich and Ackermanis. Ackermanis, the kick is a bit of a mongrel kick in towards full forward. Well gathered by Champion. Hand pass comes off from McRae to Malloy. Malloy straightens up, he's caught. The ball spills. Oh, well played by Rigoni. Bounced off the tackle, then kicked out wide to a one-on-one. It looked like Martin, but over the top was Uze. Uze plays on, kicks to White, but missed his target by a big margin, gathered by Leppich.
The D9 has just gone in for service on the outer wing. Darryl White steadies towards Voss. Fits it down in front. Martin waiting there but couldn't take it cleanly. Uze looking for a free kick. Was he held? He didn't get it. White. Darryl White on the outer wing. Chips in towards half-forward. Champion with the one hand was then taken high. Somehow the umpire didn't see that either as it's flicked back towards McRae. Some untidy football at the moment as it bounces there, and now they've got a chance. The D's go charging forward. McDonald is 50 metres out and he kicks from 50. He kicks towards goal. Touched on the line and one behind.
There's a great chase by Jared Malloy. Didn't quite get there, but the commitment certainly was there, and Lambert's coming from the ground and he's going to be replaced by Voss.
Gave the thick hamstrings a good old test, didn't he, that chase?
Brett Voss, by the way, coming onto the ground. Michael already with us. Leppich.
Lions supporters will be a bit questioning if the free kick not paid to Richard Champion up the other end of the ground.
Did appear to cop one, didn't he? He goes to the outer side and finds Martin. 20-point ball game here at Colonial.
Brisbane continue to dominate inside 50, 28-14.
Tackle count also is 11-6, which is a pretty high tackle count in one quarter.
Well, the Melbourne fans giving Martin the rounds of the kitchen. Eventually he goes wide to the outer side, and Voss, who's just come on, takes the mark. No one standing his mark, so he's away and able to creep a few metres. Kicks up towards the 50. Champion had to beat 3 of them, and that was impossible. Gergich was at the back and he took the mark. The kick's a poor one. Well, Malloy couldn't quite take it on the half volley. Powell picks it up now and he gives it to Jeff White. White from half back goes up towards half forward. Late on the scene, Lepic tried to get a hand to it. Neitz waiting down, gives it to McDonald. He gets caught by White. Neitz goes again. He gets claimed as well. Johnson sneaks out the back door and away he goes. He had it, he lost it, he regained it, gave it to Hart. That was well smothered. Uze and Hart battle for it on the outer side again. Uze's going to win, and he does.
For 5 minutes, Sandy.
Down towards half forward, beautiful pick up on the half volley. Here's an opportunity for a goal. It looks pretty good, it's a behind.
Well, Russell Robertson had just snuck down into that forward line. He was free for 5 minutes. When he was ignored at some 3 minutes ago, he was remonstrating with the turf, punching it.
Uze's had 14 possessions, 13 kicks and 1 handball.
Turf didn't remonstrate back, by the way.
Well, earlier tonight, some people thought it may, because there had been some stories about the turf. As Chris Scott flicks it in toward the middle, goes over the top, and a clash of bodies. Down goes Matthew Whelan, soon to pick himself up again, however. Only from Pink! Robbo can't believe it. Voss plays on. Steady down, Robbo. Up towards full forward. Big pack of players. Who's going to be first to recover? The aging champion, the 32-year-old, picks it up now. Goes into the pocket. Luke Power runs over the line. No, he didn't, said the umpire. Runs into the goal and kicks it behind. Have we got a bit of everything here at the minute, Robbo?
Well, it's pretty exciting stuff. That would have been a fantastic solo effort there by Luke Power. Just couldn't quite sneak it through for a goal for Brisbane. 8-7 plays 5-5, 20 points the margin. Melbourne just hanging in there, 20 points in arrears. Important next goal must go to the Demons. The kick in, missed by Uze, and again, the bounce of the ball. Uze, grabbed by the leg by Ackermanis, plays on quickly, goes out wide. Simmons is out there. He's a big kick, Troy Simmons. On this occasion, he lobs it close to the goal square. At the back, it's a mark. Push out was definitely there, but the mark has been paid to James McDonald.
Well, the umpire saw it, he just ignored it.
Yeah, dude. Have a look again, gentlemen. Here's a shove.
It was only a half-metre shove, but it made all the difference.
Well, James McDonald will shoot for goal from only 15 metres, maybe a little further. Distance not a problem. He's on a reasonable angle. And just checking where the mark is. Important for Melbourne that he kicks accurately here. And he looks as though he's got it through, just. Nathan Brown has come on there. They've made a change, Melbourne, while that was happening, Sandy.
Actually, a few changes have been made by both sides. That was for blood rule, and the other one, Jared Malloy, has been taken from the ground too for a spell. Also coming on for Melbourne is Luke Williams, playing just his 3rd game. The young man wearing number 49, played a couple of games last year, so his 1st game for the season.
It was Anthony McDonald that came off, one of the players for Melbourne.
Okay, here we go then. An important time now in this game with Melbourne creeping back in. The McRae hand pass goes astray. Finishes with Powell from White. Oh, this is dangerous. Robertson's going to have a shot directly in front. 43 metres out.
Powell, 4 possessions in the first quarter. 7 so far in this term.
I think Adem Uze's been the one, along with Powell, that's given them that big lift. He may well have copped a bake at quarter time, but he's responded with some great footy.
Robertson, 43 metres out, has kicked another one, and Melbourne are on their way back. He mightn't hit a golf ball like Ian Robertson, but he can kick a goal like him.
Importantly for the play that Brisbane did have, they haven't been able to get a score, have they?
No,
and now just fine-tuning now the Demons a little bit.
They're breaking down just a little bit across our forward line. the Lions, and the rebounds come. And Troy Simmons also has been quite impressive. Jeff White pushed out into the space and allowed Schwartz to patrol the square. He's yet to have an impact.
At one stage, the margin was 27 points. It's now back to only 8.
I think Dano's got to bite the bullet now with Shane Woden. Just 4 possessions in almost a half of footy. Surely there's got to be another role for him, either up in the forward line, play him as a goal sneaker or a second full forward, or reverse the roles and put Shane Woden in a tagging position on one of the runners for the Lions.
Bo McDonald wins it, flicks it wide, but straight to Uze, who's been devastating up towards half forward. Leppich from behind it is the spoiler. Ackermanis tried to stop it, but the Wizard came bursting through. Huskis a little topo to the outer side towards Martin. Up towards the half-back line, and the diving mark is taken by Powell. Uze, what have you got his stats at? 16. At the moment? Fantastic. He's had a great first half. In towards half-forward. McRae was the spoiler from behind. McDonald tries to give it to White and eventually does. Here's a go. Up towards full forward. The Wizard. The Jetster. He's unbelievable, isn't he? He's just good effort. Oh, it was.
One out.
But he was in front, so he had some hope, didn't he?
Yeah, but I think that goal should go down to young McDonald. We won't see it here, but we'll hopefully come back to it.
Whelan back on the ground.
The work that he did back at half forward, just to keep the ball and keep it alive.
Grab the crumb and just
get the hand pass out to White. Yep.
Big kick this one. This to make the margin 2 points. No problems. The D's trailed by 2 points. Farmer has 2. Melbourne have kicked 5 for the quarter. And they're ecstatic. 8-5 plays 8-7 with 2 3/4 minutes remaining.
Well, they've certainly thrown the spinnaker up and have...
You're not on Wild Thing now, G.
Well, she was going about as quickly down to Tasmania a few months ago, Sandy, as the Demons are in the last 5 minutes.
I think their skipper is in the stadium tonight.
Well, let's just hope that he can fight a little bit, because Melbourne, Neitz has done quite well. And, well, we know that Michael Voss injured, the captain of the other team.
And also, you can now put on injury list Jared Malloy. They're just checking his left knee now, so not good signs for the Brisbane Lions.
No, well, he was causing a few problems across the half-forward line and proving to be a lifeline for Alistair Lynch. So, real struggle for possession at the centre of the ground. Gathered by Powell, confronted by Champion. Powell, knocked away by Black. McRae back to Hart, who's doing such a good job on Woden. The kick goes forward. Neitz is there, maybe to control. Run down by Power, got the handball away. Umpire gives you all clear for a boundary throw in left half forward for Brisbane. There's Jared Malloy being attended to on the boundary line. 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes left in the first half, which has been quite enthralling to say the least. Brisbane held sway at quarter time. They led 6-4 to 3-3, but Melbourne have hit back through this man, Powell. I reckon he's been fantastic in this quarter. Gergich missed his target. Kennedy knocked it forward. Needs an important touch. McDonald for Brisbane, a high kick. Gets lost in the lights here at Colonial Stadium. And a great mark taken by Michael Voss.
Champion.
Short kick is all right. Out wide Champion. And he takes the mark only a matter of 25 metres out on a slight angle.
Robbo, the Lions have just been shut out in midfield as we have another look at Michael Voss's grab here. Great grab running with flight of the ball. But Simon Blake's had just 4 touches. Craig Lambert is now on the bench. He's had just 3 touches. And there's some of your major generators for the Brisbane Lions in the middle of the ground. Craig McRae, well, he's had 5 handballs, but he's a more effective player when he's belting the ball forward with his foot.
Well, this is Richard Champion, and Sandy, you've got the stats on his goal-kicking ability. Just 1 this year, is it, so far?
1 this year. He's had 1 shot at goal so far tonight and missed, and he has 79 in his career.
He's concentrating very hard here, and it goes off to the right and misses.
Still has 79 in his career.
So, what looked like a reasonable chance for a goal there for Brisbane comes up with just a behind. They lead it by 3 points, close to half-time. We've got a minute and a half left, and Stephen Phoebe will bring it back in for the Demons. He goes to the captain, Champion. Oh, he got rid of Neitz. quite easily in the finish. Plays on quickly, and a short kick has been marked by Chris Scott.
Gives a little ground. Scott's probably 75 from home. Wants to go short. In fact, goes somewhat laterally across the ground. This is a chance now for Huskus. He's got a decent run at it. He tumbles a wobbly old punt in towards the pocket. Watch out for Luke Power here. Comes dashing in. Lynch was there as well, and it's toe poke to the line. Ingerson and Phoebe defending grimly.
Melbourne do well to just hold Brisbane up here with just seconds left before half-time.
49 seconds. So there's plenty of time for Brisbane. Just the one straight kick will do it. Plucked out of the air if someone can. Meets beautifully done by Voss to Black. That's what will do it, but it's not straight. It is not quite straight. Skills of Michael Voss. 8-9 plays 8-5. So we're going to be in for a big second half here at Colonial tonight. Because Melbourne, who went down to Essendon by just 13 points last week, and were very gallant, have shrugged off any after effects of that game. White comes wide towards Luke Williams. Young man playing just his third game. Elects to go short, just biding a little time now. Hanging on to the ball with 12 seconds left. They're quite happy for half-time to come, Melbourne. Towards Farmer. Gergich was there. Johnson tries to sneak out the back door. He was taken high. It matters not. It is half-time here at Colonial Stadium. A big comeback in that second term by Melbourne, who booted 5 goals and restricted the Brisbane Lions to just a couple. 2 goals to Jeff Farmer, 2 to Jeff White, and singles to Uze, James McDonald, Russell Robertson and Andrew Leoncelli. Whilst for Brisbane, it's a one-man band just about up in that forward line. Alistair Lynch has 4. Jared Malloy's got his problems. Luke Power has 2. Malloy has 1 and Lappin 1. Half-time, and Melbourne trail by just 4 points. Colonial Stadium, with both sides coming out onto the ground simultaneously in preparation for this second half. If you may have just joined us around Australia, 4 points is the margin favouring the Brisbane Lions. At one stage they led by 27 points and were threatening to blow the game apart. But Melbourne has hit back very hard. Name a game, of course, is very, very popular. Any game you would like to see from the past or, in fact, present, you can simply by dialing 1-800-035-665, or if you haven't got the love bug, www.aflvideo.com.au. Go to it and pick the game of your choice as Lee Matthews heads to the coach's box. We head, so too does Neil Danaher, we head down to the boundary. Aussie, in the first half, Craig Bolton copped a very heavy one, was knocked out. Any news on him?
Yes, I just returned from the Brisbane news. Craig Bolton, good news. He has got concussion, but there's no breaks as such, so that's fantastic news. He is up and about, but no doubt he won't play again tonight.
But he is okay.
Yep, good news.
That's the main thing. Thank you, Aussie. How did you see the first half, Oz?
Well, halfway through that second quarter, I thought Melbourne were gone, but to their credit, they really hung tough and produced on the score, which they weren't doing in the first half of that second quarter. And the game's in the balance now, guys. Could go either way.
David Neitz firing up his charges.
He looks just a little bit like Neil Danaher did at quarter time.
I would say a shadow.
A shadow.
Neil was fierce.
Wasn't he ever? Well, actually, if they'd have kept going at the rate they were going in the first term, for the following 3 quarters, they could have been embarrassed, Melbourne. And they've been so good in the first 9 weeks of this season.
But they've turned it around, Robbo. And we're just about set to go. Jared Malloy spent some time on the bench, and there was a feeling that perhaps he may have had a bit of a knee problem, but very hard to stop a D9. Kennedy is on the bench, as you can see. Marcus Picken was a late withdrawal from the Brisbane Lions side, and Aaron Shatter came in.
Again, guys, just confirming Craig Bolton, no breaks, but it's suffering very severe concussion.
A decent old headache, no doubt, Aussie.
And Michael Voss, the skipper of the Lions, has been pushed into the middle of the ground.
So here we go, the second half to complete round 10 as we head to the halfway mark of the season. There's Voss. McDonald and the snake charmer go at it. It's won by Simmons, but it's taken by Lambert. Gets it away quickly to Hart. Hart looks down towards the half-forward line. Black is in front. He's been pretty quiet. Just pushes it down just inside 50. Picked up by Powell. Comes away from half-back. Down towards centre wing. McDonald the target. Chris Scott over to the back with a fearsome thump, but straight to Brent Gergich. Gergich hand pass. A little bit questionable, and so was that one. McDonald soccers off the ground and will have a throw in on Melbourne's 50.
They're all right, the hand passes, but they just missed the target by... One bloke had to stretch too far, and the other one missed its target by a good 3 metres.
Yep. So Melbourne in attack. McDonald, who is a relative of the side box, comes in and pushes down in front. Leoncelli caught by Voss. The Schwarter cannot pick it up. Again, it's Lambert who comes through, gets it out quickly. Bo McDonald's on the end of it, goes back to the sheep, who wobbles it up towards centre wing. Martin was there, unable to take it cleanly. Adem gets it away to O'Woden. Shane is away, into the pocket. He listened to Robbo. Schwartz, he's got to beat a couple here. Ackermanis cuts across him. And is more than happy to see it over the line.
What about Russell Robertson? The attack on Russell Robertson. Did that deserving of a free kick?
Well, let's just have another look. I think that's probably all fair in love and war, Rubber, but Russell Robertson was pleading with the umpire. Bottom line is he should have grabbed the footy.
So boundary throw in left forward pocket for the Demons. If they can get a goal out of this opportunity within about 20 metres of goal, they can hit the front, but Chris Johnson has got something to say about that. Martin's hand pass, gathered by Woden, back onto his left. Not a bad hand pass in the circumstances to Anthony McDonald. His left foot kick to the goal square, and the leaping, and not able to take a mark there in that pack of 4 players. The ball spills to the back and goes through for a rush behind to Melbourne.
Well, I'm not sure what team rules they've got it in Brisbane, but Mick Martin must have been a questionable decision to bring that ball back into play and just handball it blindly. It's ended up almost costing them a goal.
Short kick in has been taken by Scott. He goes across the square at which he is defending and finds Ackermanis. Ackermanis in the left back pocket. Short one to McRae. McRae goes well short, and it's beautifully chopped off. I think White's covered 50 or 60 metres to get into the action there, and he kicks into the pocket and straight to Ackermanis. Couldn't take the mark. Contest. Ackermanis belts it clear. McDonald on Chris Scott. Ackermanis, he's tackled and takes the ball over for a boundary throw in. 57 plays 54. Just not a lot happening in the early part of the second half here at Colonial Stadium. The last match of round 10. The Demons versus Brisbane. At the back, Darryl White takes it from the throw-in, and he's been awarded a free kick, has he?
Still being held.
David Schwartz, the antagonist, but the recipient of the free kick is Darryl White at half-back. He goes across the full-back line and finds Huskis.
Adam Huskis has a bit of time, but he elects to come straight to Lepic, almost down to centre wing. Lepic sees most bases covered. His aim will be to get around Jeff White. White's pretty agile, but he does. Sets it up for Huskis. It's close to the man on the mark, down towards Michael Voss. Great use of the body. Too much strength for Powell, and then completed the action with the skill of pulling in that ball to take the mark.
Well, we saw him kick last week about a 75-metre drop punt, Sandy. It'd do for me having a crack from here.
Yeah, 45-degree angle this time, kicking from 50. Chance for the Lions to stretch this lead to 9 points. Goes across the face of goal, right across the face, and Mark in the pocket. Marked in the pocket despite the groans, and it'll be Alistair Lynch.
We're all looking at
for
each
number
other.
5. Everyone's
all
having a look in
wondering.
the commentary box.
My immediate feeling was that the umpire was going to pay the mark, but then he came up with an over the shoulder and the ball spilled out.
Yeah, Lynch plays on, boys. Lynch has played on and has kicked a behind. 4 points, again, the margin. Stephen Phoebe to bring it back into play. It's to the outer side. He went very close to the mark.
Brilliant
Needs
kick.
to be his man.
Kick.
Neats looks towards centre away. Oh, Dazza! By gee, he can fly, but has yet to take a specky tonight. And it is locked up.
There's a tackle over the shoulder.
Tackle too high. The wry smile comes from Voss, but it was too high. And
This
Whelan
bloke's
will
been
take
good for Melbourne throughout their surge.
Lappin's been pushed onto Adem, trying to shut him down.
Goes sideways to Neats, who chips into the middle. It's going to be okay. Melbourne threatening again. The long kick by Powell goes up towards half forward. Chopped off by Big Bo. Gives it away to Jason Ackermanis. All Australian last year, this young man. Beautiful kick to Darryl White on the outer side. White's got players moving down the ground. Tries to pick one up now. And he's got his mate in Adem Huskis on halfback. It's a real arm wrestle, isn't it? And it's the first 5 or 6 minutes of this second half. Something's got to give. The wall has got to break in a moment. Bo McDonald goes down towards Lynch. Lynch gets clear, but he couldn't hold the mark. Black's been quiet. Loses the ball again. Picked up by Hart. Bends it back. Centering kick. Lions need a mark. The Leppich from the back has taken it. And, well, he had the sit, didn't he? And he took the climb.
Well, there you said it, Sandy. He had the sit. His opponent nowhere to be seen. He's just taken the punt and just charged down there into the forward line and followed the ball down. The Brisbane Lions have just taken their time getting it down there, but they've maintained possession to set this up.
This for a 10-point lead. Leppich going for his first for the night. Oh, my hat. Well, you won't win matches kicking like that.
Well, this is identical to what happened on Saturday night between St Kilda and the Blues. So many easy shots, what looked to be easy shots, missed.
They get you thinking, Robbo, now he's a backman, and does he have shots at goal during training sessions?
Well, in fact, Jared, we saw a similar thing with Port Adelaide, didn't we?
We certainly did. In fact, I think it's been one of the features of the weekend, Sandy, but these things happen.
You having a couple, Robbo? What do you want to call?
David Neats with the ball, kicks it in towards the middle. Good judgment provided there by Michael Voss. Took the mark and a lovely kick again. 55 metres plus to full forward. Uze hacks it out of mid-air. Malloy, good little balk. Chance for Lappin. Lappin shoots for goal and misses.
Should Malloy have had a shot?
Potentially, the move was okay. I mean, you just got to shoot, you just got to kick those goals. He drew the play. Nigel Lappin was on his own. He'd have them for breakfast 7 days a week.
So Stephen Phoebe again.
Must be that blustery wind here at Colonial that Robbo speaks so much
Yeah,
of.
that one they locked in and the roof closed, Robbo.
Well, it's supposed to be absolutely ideal conditions. And if they're ideal conditions, why are so many simple shots at goal missed by not small margins, by big margins? I'm blowed if I know. Umpire's found a free kick here, I feel, to Simon Black. And he'll have a shot at goal from about 45 metres. Slight angle. Having another look at Woden over the top. He may have paid the mark, has he? Gee, if it was a mark paid. Again, a questionable decision by the umpire. Black.
Might be one of Blighty's duck footies.
Is that a good kick?
That's a shocker.
That wind again.
Can't believe it.
Playing havoc.
I can't believe it.
I think he might have got a right-handed, left-footed football when in fact he's a left-handed left-footer.
Oh my God. What are we going to be talking about next? Rigoni to Whelan. Whelan through the half-back line. Get rid of it quickly. Backs himself. Then kicks it high. Mark, opportunity. Yes, he does well. James McDonald. Melbourne fans looking for a 50-metre penalty. Believed the ball was knocked out of his hands, but not forthcoming. McDonald goes short. Gergic back to Rigoni. Wider still. Now, there's a little bit of precision there. He got the football to David Neats. He's just forward of centre wing. He can put the Brisbane side's defence under pressure with this kick. White up high, couldn't take the mark. Simmons. And eventually,
Look at this.
Farmer's shot at goal. It's a goal! David Schwartz shepherds it through, and the Wizards done it again.
Right to put that through. And whatever your theory, that was an absolute corker. He's gone with a drop punt, which I think is the best option there. Didn't try to bend the ball around, and it was good shepherding by David Schwartz. So Jeff Farmer has just shown the Brisbane Lions how to kick a goal.
What a sensational goal. Scores are level, and you just get the feeling that would really pump up Melbourne. Woden's kick over partly smothered. So too was Big Bo McDonald's. Simmons chases after it, pushes down in front for Gergic. Schwartz comes out. He's pumped up as the Ox. Back to Gergic. Gang tackled. He held it for a long time. Could have almost been pinged. It's taken to the line by Usain Champion. Umpires are Andrew Coates, Scott McLaren and Mark Nash, and they're copying the rounds of the table tonight a bit. Monday Night Football coming your way on 7. McDonald wins it down to Hart. Brisbane needs a steadier here. At one stage they led by 27 points and were cruising. Walsh picks it up now, bends it back towards centre wing. McDonald dropped what he should have taken. The snake charmer pushes it clear. Huskus couldn't pick it up. Scott is claimed. The tackling is fierce as you'd expect.
Free kick, Sandy, coming back to the line.
It's coming back and
50 metres now.
That's got to be 50 because
well, he watched David Schwartz kick the ball away.
Yeah.
The umpire. Right under his nose, David Schwartz has kicked the ball away.
Well, why isn't it 50? I asked the question.
While he was doing it, the umpire was signalling that it was a free kick to Brisbane.
Huskus now plays on. Kicks to half forward, or Lynch came steaming out.
He's a good player.
Walsh just stood his ground in front as the galloping hordes came at him.
She's as tough as nails, that kid,
Dig
boys.
the trenches and put him in first.
McDonald. Scott. Could have been free kick. Malloy. Inside 50 towards Lynch, but edged out. Strength then shown by David Nicks.
Got a chance to go to the far side with Gergic.
Yes, and he's listened to you, Robbo. Oops, could look further downfield to Rigoni, or maybe short to Leoncelli.
Walsh is in the middle.
He elects to go long. Now Walsh might have to beat a couple here.
Oh, how do you like those bananas?
That's how you beat a couple. Well, he's passed a beautiful kick to Robertson, who's delightfully turned out of trouble. He's had a couple of bounces. He might finish it off with a goal. It's looking good towards Schwartz. It's just away to the left. And it's one behind. But for the first time, Melbourne hits the front. Walsh takes an absolute screamer.
Starting to develop a bit of momentum, the Demons. A number of their players are just getting that extra bit of lift with the confidence that comes.
Got to get the score on the board, though, don't they?
That's the next issue. And the Lions, well, you just can't help but drop some confidence when players work so hard to set up goal opportunities, only to be fluffed.
Well, they've kicked it straight out to the high leap, and Jeff White and Darryl White both let the ball get through to the back where Bo McDonald gathers and handballs it back to Black. Black steadying, little kick is all right, finds Lambert. Lambert too far out to score, lobs it in towards half forward proper, in front of, and Lynch does the rest. Too strong in front of Anthony Ingerson. In front of his face is marked very nicely Alistair Lynch, going for goal number 5.
Well, early in the match he wouldn't miss anything. This is a strong mark too, because Anthony Ingerson did everything right here. Came down hard on the hands. Just didn't quite break an elbow. Good, strong, solid mark. Needs to go back and kick the goal after he missed a poor one in the second term.
4 goals from 7 kicks. 5 goals from 8, is it? No, it's not. He's missed. So 4 goals, 3 to Alistair Lynch. Scores level once again. Lions goalless so far in this third term. Melbourne have kicked 1. That one was a beauty from Jeffrey Farmer.
Goalless, but they've had 4 relatively gettable opportunities.
Oh, yeah.
And a couple of certainties, like this.
Oh, Michael Voss hangs his head in shame.
I'm starting to believe the Blight theory, and good afternoon or good evening to Patsy and Malcolm up on the Isle of Capri, but it's just an incredible run of misses.
He knew straight away. Straight away. So, Melbourne let off the hook again. Uze has it in the middle. Oh, he's hand pass, put his teammate under the pump, but he's got Simmons in the middle who gives it back to Uze, further to McDonald, who's got players screaming for it wide, but he copped one high.
Gee, that was professionally done. That stopped a lot of momentum for Demons then.
James McDonald into full forward. Robertson was a big flyer. Couldn't take the mark, however. Darryl White will clear. Comes wide to Johnson in the back pocket. Champion wants it short, and he's got it. Kicks towards Michael Voss. Can't take it on the half volley. Out of bounds. Not on the full. Brent Gergich just querying. Did it come off the boot of Voss? No.
Well, once again, though, it's just shocking. What a kick from Richard Jam. If you're a Brisbane Lions player, you kick the ball out of the stadium, or you'd pinch it, or you'd do something, get a change of footy.
Phoebe kicks to half forward. McDonald's lurking again. Needs support. Where can he go? Eventually he does. To Leoncelli. Leoncelli goes long. Up towards half forward. The danger signs are up again. White, the look away hand pass. Meant for Leppich. Gets away from Russell Robertson and Powell. Goes to the outer side and left. But they're under the pump now, Brisbane. The big question is, can they hang on? He uses Johnson and he ambles down towards the centre, Lappin. He's in the middle, chips it short to Beau McDonald. He wants to play on going back to Lappin. I tell you what, if he could cap this off with a goal, it'd be sensational. It won't make the distance. Down into the forward line is Alistair Lynch. Ripped to the ground by Anthony Ingerson. Play on, says the umpire. And he does. Phoebe tries to get through. In the meantime, the whistle has sounded. It's a Melbourne free kick.
He played a throw against Luke Power.
Gergich. Oh, again, it wasn't a good kick.
Look at White. Look at Jeff White.
He's alone on the outer side. Now they can set something up here. He can go down to Powell. He's got Robertson screaming for it. He elects Powell. 65 metres out. Has to play on now. Schwartz in the pocket. Huskus is right there with him. Huskus did well to hold him down. Ackermanis comes charging at it. Schwartz comes charging at him. And we've got a throw in.
Well, it's been a freewheeling game, hasn't it? It's turned into a game of keepings off.
Yeah.
Not a lot of contests through the middle of the ground, but there are plenty near the goals, and Warwick Jason Ackermanis perhaps a little bit fortunate he wasn't pinged there.
Whoever makes the most of the opponent's mistakes is going to come out on top here.
Schwartz, a little juggle. Socket off the ground eventually by Scott down towards the centre. Mark not paid. Lambert couldn't take it cleanly. Throwing out again the chance for McDonald. He's forward in the middle. Now puts them inside 50. Uze waits down. Simmons flies. Can't take the mark. Pressure on the defence again. Picked up by Huskus. Hugs the boundary line to Leppich. Got very little up forward. Might just chip to Michael Voss. Voss is going to be under the pump from Phoebe. He flicks it to the line.
It's not nice, is it, watching a champion like Michael Voss trying to operate with restrictions.
They've pushed Shaneway Woden onto Voss, and they're just trying to break the tag because Hardy's still going with Woden.
Lambert gets through, gets the handball to Hart. Hart's kick, smothered really, off the boot. Beautifully gathered by Power. The kick in towards full forward is too far. That's a push out. Ingerson on Lynch, not paid. Back goes Gergich to help out the key defender and does pretty well in the finish. Brent Gergich kicks it all the way down towards the wing. Leoncelli takes the mark. He's screaming for someone to provide a target at half forward. It's White. At the back, Jeffrey Farmer slung around the neck by Scott, and he will take a free kick. Jeffrey.
Must have just hooked him a little bit high, but once again the Lions going into their forward line with an opportunity that should have created a goal. And then the Demons just go into circle work mode as we see the hook go around the shoulder. Good decision from the umpire. And the Wizard has another opportunity.
He's kicked 3. So if he gets another goal here, he's certainly done the job that the Demons look for from Jeffrey Farmer week in, week out. David Schwartz coming off the ground. He will be replaced by Bruce. Farmer goes for goal, and guess what? He's missed.
Scores.
3 goals, 2. Sorry, Sandy.
No, scores level. Robbo, as David Schwartz has a spell on the sidelines. 9-8, 8-14.
Well, they've given him the best part of 3 quarters for him to find the footy. And some days the coach has just got to accept that his player just not having a good one.
Left
got to make a change.
White, and he's found him. man has extraordinary vision. Goes short to McRae. And more penetrating kick now towards Lynch. He's received plenty of attention. Smash down. Hart is in front. Can Hart get clear? He can't over the line.
What about Whelan? He contested that mark.
Persistence by Matthew Whelan.
Hit the ground and then went after Hart.
Yeah, it was a good effort by the young man. Whelan coming over from Woodville West Torrens, who are also enjoying a pretty good season in the Sandful this year. Gergich. Hand pass, okay. A little toe poke will go out towards Woden from Robertson back to Gergich. So that was Ringa Rosie.
Just to keep possession of the ball.
Yep. White. No, he goes long, up towards centre wing. There could be Darrell from the back. Looks to come in towards Mick Martin in the centre. You're off, Mick, and Uze's got to. Loses it, tried to get it towards Johnson. Melbourne have the numbers, but it's Power who picks up an errant hand pass. Kicks it down towards the forward line. Ingerson gets rid of Lynch, then smashes it clear. Walsh has got to beat about 3 of them. Can't do so. Tries to lock it up. Lambert goes to ground. No one able to get it out cleanly. Eventually it's Johnson. Had it again and lost it. Walsh does well. Gets it out to Ragoni. Melbourne out of trouble, but only as far as centre wing and down to the white.
Well, Lee Matthews has pushed Big Bo up into the full forward line, trying to get another option up there.
Ackermanis tries to kick it to that position, but it's falling over Simmons. Back to Stephen Phoebe, and the veteran gets the Demons away to Neats. Neats very wide. Darryl White late on the scene, and is it been gathered by Robertson? He shrugs the tackle. He's run into trouble. Got the hand pass away. Is he being penalised? No. Umpire calls play on, and a poor kick once again is out on the full. Free kick to Melbourne.
Champion off Shattergon.
Well, Lee Matthews is trying to find someone to kick him a goal. The ball's getting down there, not in a great style or fashion, but perhaps he's going to have to experiment again.
He's a player. He is Jared Gergich.
Chris Johnson, a good player, but Chris Johnson is capable of kicking goals up forward.
Another mongrel pump kick. Sit under that and play fair, they said to the forward. Cameron Bruce tried to just keep it alive. Shattuck very much in the action. Jeffrey Farmer, handball. Oh, slipping over there was Whelan. Gathered by Farmer. Handball into the clear. McDonald goes back to Powell. Look at the bloke on his own in the pocket. Stephen Powell has spotted him. Right. Now he does, and he kicks to the long, lanky, leaping Jeffrey White. What a star Jeff White is, particularly in a circumstance like that where you give him a bit of space and he can take a leap.
You're on fire, Robbo. Go with it again.
Oh, it's just a terrific effort. I mean, the players in front were up against it, weren't they? It was Chris Scott and Darryl White, because if you give Jeff White a run and jump, oh, geez, hard to beat. He got rid of Chris Scott with the right leg and over the top of Darryl White. He's going for goal number 3. Scores a level. They won't be after this kick. He must score something. He scores a goal.
Well, they've lifted their work rate. I mean, it was a fearful spray at quarter time.
Well, our football director, Don Fitzsimmons, is having a birthday today, and Jeff White would feel like he's having one after that mark and goal. They hit the lead, the Demons, now, as Leppich comes charging out of the footy, gives the hand pass off to Lambert, flicks it round the body, up towards the 50. Can the Lions come back? That is the big question. Woden tries to get around Martin. Eventually it's the underground hand pass back towards Robertson on centre wing. Couldn't take the mark. Should have. Thrown out the back door towards Lappin, and it came from Lambert. Up towards half forward. Out of bounds on the full. Out of bounds on the full, and Walsh will bring it back into play. Just 2 goals in 25 and a bit minutes in this quarter. So the defences have been at it long and hard.
In the middle.
Robertson screaming for it even wider. In the end, he's kicked to the pack that has Neats in it, who had to spoil Malloy in front. Here is Malloy, but he can't pick it up.
Robertson off the ground, replaced by Wheatley.
Paul Wheatley on. Yep.
6 points the margin.
Only a minute and a half remain. Lambert, Johnson, Lappin. Here's a chance. Lappin can go all the way. Woden won't get him. Lappin shoots towards goal, and it's slapped over the back. Big Bo McDonald in the end forced to defend against the snake charmer, and it is one behind. McDonald receiving some attention, that being James. Kicked a goal in the second quarter. 5 points the margin. All set up for a big final quarter here at Colonial. Monday night football.
Good kick.
Hope you're enjoying it, and a pretty fair mark too. Lynch showing a ton of agility. Plays on quickly to Chris Scott. Scott thought about Leppich, then decided to go it alone. In towards half forward, Woden dropping back and taking a gutsy mark.
Just had no system at this stage. The players can't work it out when they're taking the ball inside 50.
Well, Melbourne might find a bit here because Phoebe's got it in front of Leppich. Time ticking away, under 1 minute left. He gives it away quickly towards Leoncelli, licks in towards Farmer. The Wizard is there with Ackermanis, and it's the latter this time who takes it. Farmer could be in trouble. He's holding his knee. Keep an eye on that. Farmer's in trouble. Martin has it, and he chips short to Power. Luke Power finding Hart inboard. Cruises away, but he's going to have to be kicked because Williams gives chase. Gets his kick. Ingerson leaves Lynch and he charges clear. Well done by Ingerson. Back towards the half-back line. Anthony McDonald takes the mark. Looks in towards the centre half forward. And the mark there is taken by Wheatley. 12 seconds remaining. They need a big grab. Wheatley's kicking towards full forward. Farmer's up and he's running again, but it's Chris Scott who gives it away to Daryl White. White comes away now, and they will steady. There will be no further score. It's three-quarter time here at Colonial. Farmer is not 100%, but I think maybe the siren has come at exactly the right time.
Well, he just came down on a straight leg and she jolted the knee. So hopefully he is okay, looks to be. But
when he did the chasing, then he looked as though he may have recovered.
The Brisbane Lions, they've got some problems. They've just had a number of players with the old hands on the hips theory, and just starting to sit back and leave it to a few others. And the Demons have finished off full of running, and they're looking at goods at three-quarter time.
Yeah, at quarter time, Brisbane in fact led by 19 points. At half time, they led by 4. But Melbourne has pulled it back. They lead by 5 going into the final change. He may have to front the tribunal, but he was cleared of any possible charges earlier in the evening. Though looking at him there, you would have thought he might have still been in a spot of bother. But that is good news for Collingwood.
Communication levels between Nathan and his lady friend are excellent, Sandy. They haven't said a word for 30 seconds.
Who said it was his lady? She could have just booked that seat. It's three-quarter time here, Robbo. And it is Melbourne coming back. I don't think she did, though. 10-8-68, leading the Brisbane Lions by 5 points. 8-15. In fact, the Brisbane Lions have kicked 10 points straight. So they've got their problems in front of goal.
Well, the coach there, Lee Matthews, obviously trying to drag something extra, and the opposition. Well, Neil Danaher, we saw an animated Neil Danaher at quarter time, didn't we? I think Gerard thought that their performance in the first quarter was very ordinary. In a quarter time, he just gave them the best bake.
Let's go down to the ground because Chris Fagan has left the Demon camp. Here he is with Aussie.
Chris, bit of an arm wrestle that quarter?
A big arm wrestle. I mean, we've not a high standard game, lots and lots of errors, and it's going to come down to the team. I think it's got the legs and can persist, and whose midfield can actually get on top.
Jeff Farmer, good that quarter. He went down. Is he okay?
Yeah, he's okay. Just got a bit of a knock on the side of the leg, but he'll be fine. And we really need him to fire up and wide in this last quarter.
Thanks, Chris. Good luck.
Thank you, Aussie. Just having a look down at the Lions bench. Nice to see young Bolton back out with the boys.
Does Jeff Farmer have a back injury? That looked as though it was some sort of a brace,
Saw
didn't
a
it?
little bit of a brace.
When he was just adjusting his shorts.
Did appear to be something there, some sort of support there, Robbo. Will you go out on a limb? What do you think, Melbourne?
Gee,
at this stage,
it's difficult. I think what Chris said was the pertinent comment. Whoever gets on top around the middle and feeds the chances. But I said to Jared during that quarter, it's obviously the team that can make the most of the opposition's errors, because they're both making similar types and similar numbers of errors, and that's the young fella that hurt himself early in the game, Craig Bolton.
So here we go, the final term in front of a crowd of 24,908 here at Colonial tonight.
A couple of more Tasmanians in tonight, Sam.
See who can hang on for the final quarter. McDonald gets to kick, but there'd been a whistle. There's a tackle too high. They'll come back and he'll take the kick. Michael Martin asking what for. He couldn't understand it, and he's still shaking his head. That's not going to stop McDonald from kicking up towards right half forward. A cry of Schwarter, but it wasn't to be. It is Hart at the back, around the body he goes. Woden tried to get rid of Michael Voss. Voss lost the ball. Woden chases again. Schwartz, nice little back turn, does it beautifully to the youngster in Williams. Williams playing only his first game for the season, kicks towards full forward. Dangerous times here for Darryl White and co in defence. If they can keep it in play, it's flicked by White towards the 50. Picked up by Leoncelli. It's punted high towards full forward. Came off the head of one of the Melbourne players. Ackermanis gives it to Lambert. Lambert gives it away towards Leppich, and Leppich will clear to the outer side. Looking for Malloy. He gets a cruel bounce. A cruel bounce indeed, and it goes to Neat, who gives it to Simmons. Simmons is called to play on. Looks towards the 50. Johnson backing into the pack. It'll take courage. He showed courage. Hart couldn't take it cleanly. This is a high kick in towards full forward, and it is a mark. Guy Rigoni kicked it high and long. Yes, but Rigoni kicked it to him, and Adem is going to have a shot.
At half-time, Uze had something like 15 kicks and one hand pass. He was a little quiet in the third term, just one kick and three hand passes. But by gee, this is going to be an important goal here.
Phoebe off the ground injured.
This to stretch the lead to 11 points, and he's done it. That's a big lead in this game. Now, 2 goals to Adem Uze. He got one in the second term.
Well, the signs have been there, Sandy, that Brisbane have just run out of juice. And whether or not they've just been debilitated by that succession of behinds, kicks from positions that just your average backyard footballer could put through, is, I guess, something they'll debate. But Adem Uze has turned his first quarter around, where he was perhaps not at his very best, to becoming one of the finest players on the ground. It's been a great charge by him.
Well, that is Chris Fagan in the foreground there, with Neil Danaher and Brian Royal in the coach's box for the Demons. And the bounce, well, again, Simmons gets first hands to it. Lambert, hand pass away. Oh, confronted there was McDonald, too high. So slipping over now, gets the hand pass away. Rigoni was good because he was there in support. Whelan, back to Powell. They did it pretty well. And Whelan backs himself running through the middle of the ground, kicks it into the left. Oh my golly! He's taken off like John Glenn. Ackermanis gets it back, and White. Oh, I'm sorry. Go, Sandy, please.
I'm the same as you. But the trouble is he didn't take the mark. Schwartz comes in hard on Ackermanis.
Either would you.
Brisbane wants the boundary line.
Either would you if you hit it the roof.
Oh, golly.
It was nearly there, wasn't it?
That's where
That's
they made
the
a
biggest
mistake.
leap.
They can't close the roof when he's playing.
Have a look.
It was a ripper.
It just needed to. I haven't heard you that pained for some time, Robbo.
It was nearly, well, it just about wrote its name all over the mark of the year if he could have grabbed hold of it.
Schwartz, well, the Demons are still firing up in towards the forward line. Leppich, though, is alone at home, and he marks in defence. Gee, their defence is having to work hard too. Here's Johnson, cruising out to Scott. Scott is on the half-back line. Brisbane badly want a goal. Black turned his back on it. He turned his back on it, and the door opens for Whelan. He is a goer. He gives it away quickly, and the long kick. There's another one. Another one kicked by McDonald. Anthony McDonald has kicked his first goal. but more importantly, it's given Melbourne the biggest lead they've had all night. And news just ahead. Jeff White has just landed.
Yes, he certainly has. Just running out of juice. The Lions, the way that ball came in off the half-back line. Lee Matthews uses the term energy, and I think it may be starting to question whether there is the energy for the win at the stage.
They don't do a bad job, these young McDonald boys, do they?
They're going quite well. They're
James a little quiet, but they usually contribute.
so athletic and so quick. And the Demons have thrown Whelan onto the ground, and he's added some extra pace.
Well, Chris Scott, taken too high, will take a free kick.
And at a spark or somewhere the Lions. It's got to come, you'd expect, from one of their senior players, be it a Chris Scott, a Voss, Lynch perhaps.
Kick is a little high there for Alistair Lynch. Getting back as Whelan, gets past Martin. He and Walsh have just been a revelation for Melbourne so far this year. Schwartz, the bounce was awkward. Taken by McRae, and he goes for the safety of the boundary line. And it will be thrown in right down in front of the commentary box. Close to the players' interchange area here at Colonial Stadium. We had nearly 25,000 people in here tonight, which the AFL would be reasonably happy with, I would think. The Demons playing Brisbane.
There was an attempt tonight on the world record pie night, Robbo.
Didn't quite come off.
Oh no, it's broken the record of 25,000.
David Neitz has marked the ball in the back pocket. He decides to go long, and he kicks it straight to Johnson. Oh, knocked away. Schwartz pops into his own player in Powell. Hand pass came from Johnson back to Huskis. Huskis from pretty well a standing position. Kicks towards half forward. Strong play by Neitz. Taken a bit high, was he?
That is a fantastic tackle. They needed some inspiration from somewhere, the Lions, and perhaps this is it. Jared Malloy just charging from behind. That's obviously constituting prior opportunity, which would be questionable.
And kicking all the way to the line. Oh, well done by Woden. Got his left hand to it and knocked it away from Alistair Lynch for a rush behind to Brisbane. Maybe got a poke in the eye there. Alistair Lynch.
Nicky Martin's been given the hook. He's off the ground, and Richard Champion on.
Still plenty of time for Brisbane if they can find something just to ignite the flame. Just to fire up. Champion on the ground. The snake charm was the big flyer. Malloy tried to get it out. It went straight to Simmons, however.
How do you get rid of it?
The snake charmer, quickly. Blew on behind play, but we won't worry about that. We'll go on with the game. Down towards Schwartz. One grab, couldn't take it. Huskis defending. Huskis caught. Tries to get the hand pass away there under the pump. All right. The Brisbane Lions at the moment. That was Aaron Shattuck, who spent considerable time on the bench. Finally McRae up towards Malloy again. Neitz tried to grab his hand. Malloy still going. He's still going. Got to beat a couple. And eventually it's Rigoni who works hard with Neitz.
It's the preparedness to run a distance to get there to help his teammate. And I think Melbourne have done that a little better than the Lions since quarter time.
In Brisbane's attacking zone. They've kicked 11 behind straight. The Leoncelli hand pass to Neitz is okay. He looks towards the centre wing, but it's Darryl White working hard at the back, flicking it away from Paul Wheatley.
And Lee Matthews is throwing the dice for perhaps the last time. He's put Chris Johnson back on to Jeffrey Farmer and Jason Ackermanis on to give them some run, and it's a pretty good move, I think.
Simmons tries to get out, wasn't successful. Does have support, however. It's kicked high, it's wide. Bad bounce for Farmer. McRae just decided, I'll go in and have a crack at this. Hart, Farmer again. Well done by Jetster. Gets it off to Powell. Now Rigoni back to Gergich. Tumbling the punt towards half forward. Powell tries to steal it out the back door. He does to McDonald. They're surging it forward. Williams penetrating handball to Schwartz. Schwartz gets caught from behind. He eludes two. He got out of jail. And then he passes into the pocket. It wasn't a good pass. Leppich will get back there before White, and he should be able to clear. Long hand pass to Huskis. Huskis is caught. He's put Lambert under the pump, but he gets it clear to Lappin. Lappin's away, and Leppich says go. He does, but he's got to take the footy with him. Now he goes back again. They look tired, the Lions, don't they? Although Ackermanis charges through the middle, up towards Alistair Lynch. Lynch in front of Ingerson. Couldn't complete the mark. Champion does the roving. He pushes down to accommodate Lynch. Has got to pick it up well. He does, but he's equally well tackled. It's taken to the line, and we've got to throw it.
Got to sniff the D's, I think.
Oh, they're hanging on now. They lead by 16 points.
Anthony Ingerson's done very well too. He got hammered early by Lynch, kicking 4 early goals, but he's really stuck with his guns.
Fair point, Richard, and it's been important, but those kicks coming in have been very average from Brisbane since that period early in the game when Alistair Lynch kicked his goals. Lambert, short kick is all right to Black in front of Leoncelli. Black 42, 52 metres from goal. Gee, they badly need one. And they need one pretty quickly, you would think.
They need Crummer too down there, Robbo. Luke Power and Craig McRae have just not been able to get to the fall of the ball. And the ball has got down there.
Kennedy about to come on. I don't think he's had a run tonight yet, has he, Kennedy?
No, just for 5 minutes in that second
Was
term
it?
from memory.
Okay, fair enough. Boundary throw in, right forward pocket for Brisbane. Bo McDonald left it behind. Neats. And in underneath there, that looks as though it may be James McDonald, who's had a lengthy spell on the bench. 80 plays 64, 16-point advantage for Melbourne. And big leap and punch by Simmons.
This looks like they can win the game for them.
Ackermanis shot at goal. It hasn't been touched. It's a goal.
So Malloy has a spell. Ackermanis closes the gap to 10 points. Simmons out of the middle, wins it. McDonald is claimed. There'll be another ball up. That is Anthony McDonald. He kicked an important goal earlier this quarter.
And with a 10-point lead, the Demons, I think, have just got to sacrifice a player and send somebody out to shut down Ackermanis. He can just chop you up.
McDonald tries to flick it over the back. Black goes even further towards Champion. He's got to get through a wall, and he does. Here's the man we're talking about, Ackermanis. But well done by Gergich. Flicked it down, but straight to White. Back to Lappin. Ackermanis is lurking in the pocket again. Lappin goes long. Now here's the contest. No contest in the end. Lynch just pushed Ingerson away, and all of a sudden we could have a 4-point ball game. Robertson, as I speak, is coming back out onto the ground, and coming off is young Luke Williams.
Well, eventually they struggled to get the goal through Ackermanis, but the centre break was important there, wasn't it?
Lynch, very accurate early on tonight. He's had a couple of poor misses. He hasn't missed that. He's got number 5, and the Lions now come back. Four points in it. 11 minutes remaining.
And they've pushed Adem up, back up under the wing. The Demons know, in fact, it's Guy Regone who's had the job closing down on Craig McRae. The last 3 and 13 just trapped me.
After kicking 11 straight behinds, the Lions have kicked a couple of goals through Ackermanis and Lynch to give them a real chance of pinching this game. They were in control 6-4 to 3-3 at quarter time. At half time, the Lions led by 4, and at three-quarter time, Melbourne led by 5. Now it's less than a goal. Hart for Brisbane. Kicks the ball towards half forward. Oh! Well taken by Champion. Little kick is good. Lynch not able to take it. Hacked out of there by Ingerson. Plays the percentages, but Champion dispossesses it. And off the face there of Brent Gergich, it rebounds over for a throw-in.
He worked hard, Champion, didn't he?
Kennedy's gone to snap back onto David Swartz, and that's allowed Darryl White to go forward. So Lloyd Matthews is saying all these good players forward the centre, all these match winners. And speaking of match winners, this is a match loser. A 15-metre kick, just had to find the target.
Lambert, Darryl White hooks the kick into the pocket, bounces in front of Alistair Lynch over for a boundary throw-in. Quite a few Brisbane fans down there behind the goals at that end of the ground. Steve and Phoebe, there's the Brisbane fans, and they're just trying to get their team over the line. I thought that maybe it was a forlorn task, but there's some interesting stats for you inside 50. Bo McDonald gets his left foot to it. Ingerson, Leoncelli, back to Walsh. Walsh out wide, close to the boundary line, knocked over in the finish in front of Russell Robertson, and young Aaron Shattuck for a boundary throw in. Still in Brisbane's forward half of the ground.
The runner getting told to get off the ground again, Robert.
4 points the margin. Brisbane fans trying to cheer their side over the line.
From the throw-in. Could have almost been a push in the back to the young Marino. Craig Starcevich, former Magpie premiership player, now runner for the Brisbane Lions. He's having plenty to say out there.
White, look at that, beautifully to McRae. He can go all the way. He's inside 50, fires in towards goal. Ingerson, 1-2 grabs, hasn't got it yet. Well, Woden pounces on it. He might concede it behind. Give it to Walt, who will. Oh, the pressure's really mounting now.
Anthony Ingerson felt there when it bubbled up just for a second.
Oh, not good. Not at all good.
Well, that was where they dug the hole down there, wasn't it? Might have been especially for Anthony Ingerson.
Something in the morning sickness, possibly, Jared. I don't know what that's like, by the way.
No.
Woden brings it back into play.
Gonna take a mark.
And Champion. Neither can. Powell somehow gets the hand pass away. McDonald leaves it for Gergic. Leoncelli and Champion. Champion's playing like a man possessed at the moment, but it's Gergic who gets it out the back door to Neitz. Smothered by Ackermanis is good to lock it up in the area, and it's taken over the line for a throw-in by Powell. So Brisbane still have it in their attacking zone. They are down by 3 points. And look at the desperation of Ackermanis as he effects the smother. Simmons and McDonald. It's McDonald belting it 10 metres deeper into the attacking zone.
Bit of respect for Stephen Powell's influence on the second and third quarters in this match, being matched up at the moment by Sean Hart.
On left half forward for Brisbane. 24,908 fans here tonight. Not a bad crowd for a Monday night, really. McDonald gets away from Lambert. Oh, Darryl White. Now, here's a man who could do something special. In towards full forward. Lynch was the target. Couldn't take the mark. Walsh at the back. It's desperate now for Walsh. He gets claim, but he gets it to McDonald. McDonald goes back towards the centre. And Neitz is clear. Here's danger times now for Brisbane. He goes long towards half forward, but Lepich comes charging out. Then elects to get the hand pass. He wanted Hart, but Farmer's there. Maybe he could do something. Someone from one side is going to do something that'll win this game, and it'll be something miraculous. A kick down towards centre wing. Ackermanis keeps it in play. He could be the man. Needs support, gets it from Johnson. Back to Ackermanis. He'll try and run the boundary line. Dragoni makes him kick it. He does to Lynch.
Well, he's got to go back and kick this one, Alistair Lynch. It's a great job through the middle. Well, Matthews would have been disappointed in the Adam Eustace tackle that allowed Neitz to get through, but good job by the defence to work this ball back around. And Ackermanis, the left foot, found the target.
The kick had the lovely fade on it, didn't it? To the advantage of Lynch leading out into that pocket.
Well, he's got a 45-degree angle, maybe a little more than that. He's kicking from 45 metres. It's a very good kick. It's a magnificent kick. What a goal! The Lions are back in front. But Alistair Lynch has kicked 6.
Yep. Well, the gauntlet's thrown down to Melbourne now.
Good play here from Ackermanis. He's capable of anything, this bloke, and often his skills are, for the sake of the team, curtailed, playing in defence. But let loose in the middle of the ground, he can certainly chop you up.
Alistair Lynch, 6 goals out of a team total of 11. Ackermanis so far has had 6 possessions in this term. 5 kicks to Craig McRae. But Ackermanis, without doubt, having an impact. McDonald can't get the ball clear. Sean Hart's little toe poke. Up over the top was Gergic. Kept his footing well. Then got the hand pass to Leoncelli. Leoncelli into the pocket. Farmer from behind. No mark. The ball to Wheatley. Back to James McDonald. Gets the hand pass out to Robertson. Little kick, Farmer. What can he do here? Can't kick another miraculous goal, can he? They can force it behind through Jeff White over the top there of Justin Lepich.
I reckon Big Bo's been pretty important for the Lions in the last 10 minutes, and they must be thinking, the Demons, whether to rob the forward line, the goal-kicking power of Jeff White, by sticking him in the middle and giving Troy Simmons a rest, or just to back wide in.
7.5 minutes left. Melbourne fans at one end giving all of their support. Brisbane fans at the other. And they've got plenty down here in Melbourne, and that's good to see. You talked about Big Bo.
Yeah, maybe Jeff White's got to come onto the ball soon.
He goes back now and he kicks towards right half forward. Neats is a danger.
He's been good, David Neats.
Neats goes back towards centre wing. Bo McDonald.
That's 50 metres, isn't it?
That wasn't very good. He's undone his excellent work of just the last 30 seconds.
You see the break he allowed Simmons to take. Just 4 metres. He was just sitting off him, just spectating rather than just getting in between the football.
Why didn't he
and
get
his
50
man.
metres there? He took the mark and he rode him into the ground.
Melbourne down by 2 points.
Here's White.
Simmons goes to half forward. White a little too far underneath. McDonald's at the back. If it sits, he may get a shot, but they pounce upon him. He's going nowhere, and making sure he's going nowhere is Adem and Kennedy. And the umpire comes in and says, righto, boys.
Sandy, you mentioned morning sickness. As a newlywed, you haven't got anything to share with us?
Now you're being absurd.
No.
Absolutely absurd.
There is a bit of excitement left in this match, isn't there?
There certainly is.
2 points in favour of Brisbane.
I think Jared lost that for a moment. To the outer side, big pack of players. McDonald was at the back. It's pushed down towards centre wing. Black is in front. Couldn't take the mark over. The Demons again with a chance. In toward the middle. Melbourne have the numbers. They only need the ball to sit. Neats takes it. He kicks from 55. They need a goal. He goes long. Lepic is there defending. White is there as well. Lepic and White. No one able to get clear. Robertson is there working his gut out. And eventually it's taken to the line. No addition to the score as Melbourne make a change. Coming back on is Nathan Brown, and having a spell is Paul Wheatley. What can the Schwarter do? Here he goes. Penetrating hand pass backwards. Kick it towards goal, it's there! Leoncelli! Leoncelli has put Melbourne back in front.
The Ox man.
Yeah, it was David Schwartz, without doubt. It's a man's night, but certainly that one of the better moments for him. You've just got to keep your head up and you
keep doing something, don't you?
Will to work and will to win, just firing, and the Ox just kept going. He was perhaps looking for an opening, and there it was.
And a good selection for the hand pass too.
Yeah, he got away from the pack.
In the clear, Andrew Leoncelli, and it was a pretty good kick too in the finish, across his body, and accurate. Well, the nerves are on edge now all round the ground as Melbourne take the lead once again. All important set of clearances. On this occasion it's Lambert, and the mark is taken by Darryl White. Short kick, too far for Ackermanis, but beautifully onto the chest of Lynch. Don't quite know whether that was that meant for Lynch, do you think, Jared?
Well, you'd have to
he had 2 targets
anyway.
anyway.
You'd have to be in the mind of Darryl White. It looked like he was going for Ackermanis, but nevertheless, Alistair Lynch is shooting well at this stage, and he lines up for another big one.
Well, this could be a match-winning performance from Lynch if they finish in front. He's going for his 7th goal out of 12. If he kicks accurately and it floats away to the left, I think he's missed. Settle down, Brisbane fans down there behind the goals. 6 goals for Alistair Lynch. And the margin is 3 points in favour of the Demons with 5 minutes left, Sandy.
Still plenty of time for either side. Ackermanis to bring it into play. Woden to bring it into play. Kicks towards Neats, who takes a strong mark. Bends it back in towards half forward. The bounce all important. Can McDonald get a run at it? His hand pass. Well, it was meant for Jeff White, and Luck's fortunate will finish with Jeff White. Off to Ragoni, back to Leoncelli. Leoncelli's on centre wing. He looks to right half forward. He goes down inside the 50. Farmer is lurking. Got a hand to it, but that was all. Pushed out towards Farmer again, but they very quickly pounce upon it. Young Nathan Brown was in there to help Farmer. Powell also sits on it like a chook laying eggs, and eventually, like a rugby try, is surged towards the line.
You know what makes this game so exciting? The shape of that rotten ball.
I know. Who designed
You reckon
it?
you've got hold of it and it slips out of your grasp and away they go again.
And Aussie Troy Simmons off the ground.
Yeah, he's had a pretty hard night, Troy. He's done well, but dare say they just haven't given him the rest for it.
So that was just pure balking work. Off to Robertson. Robertson goes down towards the forward line. Lepic has an airy. A fresh air shot. Sung it up the post by Cameron Bruce for one behind.
Bruce has gone up to the ground. He's gone to full forward or the forward pocket. Jeff White assumes the...
Oh, doesn't the picture tell a story?
I think she might have just seen herself on the big screen then too. Well, it's still there, isn't it? 4 points in favour of Melbourne.
And still 4 minutes remaining, so there's plenty of time. Johnson wants McDonald or Kennedy. Bo tried to slap it out the back. Here's Woden. He overruns it. Huskus with courage, raw courage. Flick back towards McRae. Tumbles it to left half foot. It ricochets away from David Neitz and Daryl White. And got a throw in. Neitz, big night for him, hasn't he?
13 marks he's taken and had 28 possessions, David Neitz.
Yeah, good effort.
He's gone on to Daryl White.
Well, he's another one, isn't he, Daryl White, who can do the exciting things and pinch a game on you. So he's very dirty on that umpiring decision, but eventually gives the ball up to Jeff White. His kick, champion, tipping in, as marked in front there of that's 50 metres. He's going to get booked, is he? No.
No, he went for that gold Loki against Andy.
Oh, the old Lisa McHugh.
Richard Champion with the football. No one to kick to, so he's going to go long in the direction of half forward. Getting back was Uze, couldn't take it. Whelan on Black. And the umpire will call for a bounce. Still just a kick in it. 4 points in favour of Melbourne. White doing the ruck work, takes it out of the air. Handballs it away to Whelan. Whelan's got no one really to kick to. He'll straighten up and then go with the left and kick it to the opposition, who is Aaron Shattock. He goes in towards the centre. Chris Scott looking to set it up, and he does. He just pops it up to half forward. Out comes Ingerson. Melbourne have got to put the numbers when it hits the deck. We're going to, look at this, is it a goal? Here's an absolute goal. Cameron Bruce hasn't been on the ground for ages. Kick a goal, Cameron. Kick a goal, Cameron. Well, you let the crowd just soak it all up, don't you? That was pretty exciting football. It looked a chance for Brisbane, and then the rebound footy through Guy Regani getting it at ground level.
That's all it was just a rebound, and Cameron Bruce found himself alone. Russell Robertson. He hasn't had a great night, Russell, but he got ignored again under that occasion, and it didn't matter because Bruce pumped it through with his first kick.
Oh, that's great, isn't it? Looked like a bit of 8-gauge wire, but very effective. 10 points the margin, 2 minutes plus remaining.
Still time.
My word. Important out of the middle. Who can take it? Woden was working very hard. It's going to be Melbourne through Whelan. He gives it away quickly to Uze. Uze, a powerful long ball in towards full forward. The Wizard too far underneath. Kennedy on the very last line of defence. They've got to go direct and fast and long now. Here's Lepic. He's caught. What a tackle. The D's are on a high now. It'll come back. It will come back.
Brown it was that did the chasing and tackling.
Oh, that was sensational and inspirational.
And match winning.
That'll be highlighted, won't it, during the week?
Have to be. What a great tackle.
Didn't give a free kick away. It was just
pulled him down. He didn't push. He grabbed on. It was like a caboose on a train. He just grabbed and held on. In towards full forward. Huskus comes out, can't take it. Oh, here's the sealer, is it? Here's the sealer!
Bruce again.
He's loving this is young Cameron. How good is this? 2 goals in 2 minutes to Cameron Bruce, and say goodnight to the folks, Gracie.
He's only 2 kicks for the night. You wouldn't believe it, would you?
They couldn't find it early. He had a good solid sit on the bench there just to reassess. Perhaps a bit of a chat to Getty Line at half-time, the forward coach of the Demons.
He did well though, Jared, there, didn't he?
He roped it particularly well.
He backed himself. And all he needs from that is a bit of confidence that this is where he belongs. He's only a young man. Lee Matthews, well, he'll be sitting back wondering now, because they had a real chance of snatching this game. They trail by 16 points with a minute and a half left. They now need to kick 3 goals. Powell with the centre clearance, hooks the kick across his body, at half forward, beautifully. Have a look at this bloke. Well, you're going to kick 3 out of 3. No, just off to the left, away from Jeffrey Farmer, through for a behind. Cameron Bruce, 2 goals, 1 from 3 kicks.
Well, who's that scratching his head? One of the players having a spell on the bench, Stephen Phoebe, as we watch Chris Johnson kick the ball in for Brisbane.
Jeff White at the back. Melbourne have the numbers at the moment. McDonald just gives it away. They're cruising now. Woden got a late kick, but it's going to be effective down towards him. McDonald, can he get clear? He can. Can James? James McDonald tries to bend it back, but a little too late. Another behind. Under 1 minute remaining, however, now.
There's Cameron Bruce in the action again then, who gave that hand pass away, which finished with Uze on the other side of the ground.
18 points.
It's an impressive victory, though, to the Demons. They've been challenged a couple of times. They were under the pump early in the match when they trailed by 27 points. And it just shows that this side has got a little bit of something that can carry you through the final.
Powell had an excellent first half. Hart gives it away to Scott. They're still running. He's got to run all the way virtually. White will do the shepherding. Scott tries to get round his man. He can't. That was David Neitz.
He's got to be penalised.
Well, he's challenged Monaghetti there for the marathon, hasn't he? He's run a long way.
Disadvantaged by the fact that he was just team orientated, not prepared to cough it up and had to hang on to it, and there was no one to give it to.
So Neitz, with just 24 seconds remaining, will go wide to Gergic, and they can play keepies off all they like now. Ragoni's tucked in another pocket if required. He will not be required. They'll stay on the outer side. And the Demons are going to register an 18-point win.
The tackler from a few months ago.
Well, it's a couple of unsung heroes, aren't they?
Oh,
Brown
yeah.
and Cameron Bruce.
There they are.
There it is.
You won, Neil.
What an extraordinary win. Looking down the barrel, back come the Demons.
They kicked 5 goals to 3 in the last quarter. 5 goals 4 to 3 goals 3.
15-12 to 11-18.
Enormous David Neitz.
Yeah, Powell, very good. Spare a moment for Alistair Lynch, who tried his heart out. He booted 6 goals. It wasn't enough. And the Lions are going to have to rely very much on a good run home if they are going to be a force come finals time. Melbourne, you get the feeling they're going to be there this year, but just where in the scheme of things remains to be seen.
When you kick 11 goals from 29 scoring shots, you certainly give the opposition a chance, don't you?
Yeah, no doubt about that. Jeff White, I think, had an important role just in that last 10 minutes. Came on, got a couple of possessions around the ground, in the middle of the ground.
I think Richard Osborne is down on the ground there at the moment. Aussie.
Yes, down here with Andrew Leoncelli. I'm glad you kicked that last goal. One of those goals in that last quarter, because you worked hard all night. Great to see. Fantastic win.
Yeah, sensational. Just can't talk properly. It's just an awesome win to come from behind. We let them get up to a good start, to fight back, show a lot of character, and we're the real deal is here with a bit of luck, though.
And Jeff Farmer, he did it again in that third quarter. What an unbelievable goal.
Yeah, sensational. It wasn't only his goals, his work around the packs as well. He worked really hard tonight. Good comeback.
And David Neitz down back. 15 odd marks, almost 30 possessions. Great team leader.
Yeah, unpassable set up back. He's an amazing mark and a great captain. Great game.
Thanks, Andrew. Enjoy the win.
Melbourne going over to say thank you to their fans.
I think one of the keys is what you put it out. There's a certain level player at Melbourne up the top. David Neitz, you name them. Jared, you know them all. Woden has been terrific. But it's those guys down that are numbers about, 13 through to 22 that are contributing.
Players that have come on the scene in recent years. and Brent Gergich's one that's really, after a great first year, set himself a standard of performance that he couldn't quite reach again last year, but getting back to his best. Whelan, Walsh is another one that's come through and doing particularly well.
Simmons has only played 14 games
and looks to have a huge future. He tied in the end and came off, but he's a ruckman of genuine promise. I think Bruce is also a player that's had his ups and downs this season. His highs have been exceptional. He had a quiet night tonight, but along with Davis Wards, they just found something when they had to win the game.
Yes, I think that's a fair point. The Ox set it up for Andrew Leoncelli to get the goal to put them back in front.
I was impressed with Adem tonight. Slow start, first quarter, would have gone a quarter time, maybe copped a bait from the coach, but he dug pretty deep and he came up with a magnificent second turn to get Melbourne back into this match. And whilst he was close down on in the second half to some degree, he still finished up off one of the best players on the ground.
You mentioned Simmons before, Sandy. I think he's important because he allows Jeff White the luxury of playing up on the forward line. Jeff White's not big stats, but 3 important goals, weren't they?
Got you excited a couple of times, Robert?
A little bit. Yeah. I thought he was just about to land up there again.
I did write it down. Long, lanky, leaping Jeff White.
Oh, well, it's that sort of thing that keeps fans coming to the footy.
In fact, that is a first cousin or out of the same sire from Big Bad Bustling.
That's right.
Well, Big Bad Bustler. He's not a bad footballer if he just keeps his mind.
Look at that. Isn't that great?
He's excited, yeah. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fantastic to see.
That's the thrill of winning what they obviously thought was a tight game.
This will be a decent old song, this one. Well done to Neil Danaher and his men. He was spitting chips earlier in the night. He was vehement. But the words had the desired effect. They're victorious by 18 points.
Wednesday, an incredible...
A thrilling finish here at Colonial Stadium with Melbourne coming from behind at one stage down by 27 points. They turned all that around and were victorious by 18 points, 102 to 84. The principal goal scorers for both sides, well, it was Farmer and White for Melbourne. But let's not forget Cameron Bruce with his first 2 kicks in that final term, but to Alistair Lynch was the main contributor for the Brisbane Lions. He booted 6.
The Coca-Cola AFL Premiership Season 2000. Proudly brought to you by Victoria Bitter. Mitsubishi Magna V6. One drive in your hooves. McDonald's. Enjoy the fun and the games. And Telstra. Making life easier.
So time now to check out the voting in the Mitsubishi Motors Player of the Year. Jared, you had the task tonight of selecting 3-2-1, which wasn't all that easy. How did you fare?
Well, it wasn't easy, Sandy, because there was so many good players on both sides, given the closeness of the result. But I thought the skipper of the Demons, David Neitz, with about 30-odd possessions from centre-half back, was perhaps the most outstanding player for 4 quarters. A lot of players had good quarters and good halves, but Adem, I think, was through his efforts that they got back into the game. And Daniel White, I thought, was an exceptional player across the half-back line and also the half-forward line when he went there in the final quarter. It was a great game. It certainly was. OK, let's have a look at the ladder. We've got round 10 now behind us, and you have Melbourne sitting firmly entrenched in the top 8 at 5th position. Richmond is in 6th, West Coast 7th. The Western Bulldogs are making up the 8th. St Kilda has the chance to break the drought next week when they play Port Adelaide. And we'll have a look at the round that comes. Jeffrey Farmer, the Wizard warms down. Let's have a look at round 11 and see what we've got. As I said, St Kilda and Port on Friday night. Saturday, 4 big games. Sunday, 3 more big games, including Adelaide, Melbourne, Collingwood and West Coast.
and then Sydney and the Brisbane Lions. It's a long night tonight, Jared.
It has been, Sandy, and I need my beauty sleep, so I'm about to go home. And I beg you a very good morning.
I beg you a very good morning, and I beg our viewers.